as we're in the narrative festival right now, the Choose Wisely Festival. And this one really kind of, I mean, you know, it has to strike you a little bit. It is made from the creators of Slay the Princess, which, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. The visuals, the sort of concepts, and the, it's a really cool game. The concept of the game is really nice. Scarlet Hollow, I know less about, I'll admit, but I wanted to take a look because, okay, if you're gonna enter the festival and you're a game made by such a prestigious, from such a prestigious group, your name is, okay, sure, we'll do Deadeye here. I'm curious how it's gonna go. Live in the city of, oh gosh, man, the tough thing about having no creative bones in my body, let's just do Riverdale or something, right? Wait, is that a show? Okay, it's too late. What's been said has been said. Does not impact gameplay. I am him. All right, go for it. Unlock additional paths and dialogue options. A powerful build, tough as nails. A mystical build, an animal talking build. I actually have talked to someone when asked the question of what superpower would you most like to have, who gave the answer talk to animals. It swirls around in my head. It hops from tree to tree in my head trying to figure a place to stay because I don't understand. I don't get it. It'd be cool if I could have it instead of not having it. Great, but I mean, you could fly, you could lift objects with your mind. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there, but some people really, this is a really cool thing. 2 traits. So powerful builds feels like an okay option. Street smart. Honestly, though, of all these, talk to animals is actually maybe a really good one, because that is like a superpower. Natural flirt, just like you because you're a good person. Extremely good looking. Well, I appreciate it. Why don't we go? Picking up small details. Keen eye might be kind of nice. I'm an empath. You see the thread of reality in ways others can't. Keen eye and mystical kind of pair well together. I just know everything all the time. The Brainiac build. Book smart. Who needs to be book smart when you can read the future? I know what's going to happen. I just don't know how to stop it because I haven't read any books. All right. Talk to animals could definitely backfire. A gift and a curse. Oh, true. Imagine I could also talk to insects and I'm just constantly hearing screaming in my head or something. Like, okay, true. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are. For a moment, you're hazing the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. As your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. I have... Oh, behind my head here. I mean, I don't know how... They might not be that useful, but I guess I'll throw this here. You can see it. Behind my head there, we have 4 options. A save option, a settings option, maybe a journal option, and a speech option. So just so you know, those are there, but it doesn't seem like it'll be that important. I'll just swing myself back here. All right. Sure. Long lost cousin, the bad news. The 26 hours of bus rides with countless late night stops. Oh. The bad news. Okay. Is someone sick, maybe? In seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Caroline Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt. Seems like a relationship you shouldn't ignore, even considering your late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Yeah, everybody's got that one side of the family, I feel like. Maybe someone doesn't. I've never talked to someone who doesn't have a side of the family. Mystical. This is my special trait. It was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept. Something has been tugging you back to this place since your entire life. No choice to be made because you were always going to find your way back here, and when your cousin called, you knew what had to be done. And now the end of your long journey is in sight, almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, I was saying... Oh, hello. Oh no, he's still here. I went to high school with this guy, for sure. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly. That seemed several hours ago. Basically, yeah. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing all usual pranking stuff, you know, pushing joggers into harbors, that sort of thing. Excuse me? Wait, what? What's wrong with you? So chaos, my dude. Wait, what? I feel like that's how I'd respond. You know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. Actually, she hit my friend and who said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad. But she just kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor, all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. Oh, we had a good laugh and fished her out. Her phone gets soaked, so she couldn't call the cops on us. Wound up hanging out all day. Whoa, she kind of became my girlfriend. I did not go to high school with this guy. After that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real. And geez, you ever get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody? Okay, maybe I did go to high school with this guy. I'm so torn on you right now. Yeah, I kind of feel like killing someone right now, actually. Yeah, all the time, never followed through with it, of course. Why are you telling me this? You don't know me? Never felt that way about another person. Find it alarming. Okay. Smile and pretend he didn't just say that. Yeesh, this is tough. I don't actually know what to say to this guy. No, I don't want to threaten him. I guess I'll just, no, not really, maybe. Or maybe, oh yeah, all the time, never followed through with it, of course. Maybe, like, delegitimize the idea of actually doing it. Like, oh, you know, these things happen, but it's not really, like, obviously I'm not going to actually do something. Sure. Maybe that's good. Oh, yeah, totally. Never would, of course not. You just... Your eyes seemed annoying before, but they seem a lot worse now. Yeah, but I definitely think about it. Sometimes even plan it out. I don't know if I put... Okay. Just, you know, to let off some steam. Okay, all right. Would never do anything. Okay. Yep, never. But a person can't help what thoughts they have, right? I honestly could have killed that woman. Okay. Double down. Anyway, she's giving birth to her son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff. So I might just wind up in the bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. This guy, I want to make him a type of a guy, but he's throwing a lot of different things out here right now, to be honest. Incredible Riz, true. I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff. Like, what a weird thing to say. She's having your kid. You're not so sure if you're, like, into that kind of thing, so maybe you'll just go to New York. Do you love her enough to make this work? Kenai. You know, we still can't. No. You love her enough to make this work. You were so worked up by the thought of losing her that you threatened to kill her, but now that she's giving birth to a child you created together, you're planning on running off. I don't feel like this character is complicated enough for me to saying these things, but maybe it works. Yeah, look, he's on his phone. This is what I thought. Yeah. Even if you love her, think about whether that love is strong enough that you'd be able to handle raising a kid together. I thought, because I'm using my trait, I thought maybe that would make things better, but just like in real life, they are on their phones. Think about how your actions are going to impact his life and whether removing yourself will be better for him in the long run. Youch. Yeah, good stuff to think about. Anyway, where did you say you were headed? Yeah, true. Honestly, maybe Kenai's not so good for these types of situations. Mystical. Home, I think. I've never been, but I felt it like a call at the back of my mind for as long as I can remember. Some things can only be put off for so long. I feel like this sentence is just too long for this guy. Maybe Scarlet Hollow is better. Oh, the holler, huh? That's what we call the hollows up in the mountains, you know. I had a couple of buddies who went there to work in a mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler, you see. And there's always a job listing or 2 boards around here. Never want to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks. But my buddies get desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now. Now that I think about it, I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. You'd hate that, wouldn't you? All right, looks back at his phone. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me talking around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack, presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. Got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Yeah, very torn on whether I know this guy or not. Like, this is a little bit of a thing, maybe. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Oh. Oh, I can determine that I love them? Screw you and screw your peanuts. Eat the peanuts now with him just sitting here with me? Let's do it. Been in a bus for hours on end, can't remember the last time you've eaten. You snatch the peanuts from the stranger's hands, tearing open the bag like a wild animal, not even removing the shells as you consume fistfuls of soggy, savory legume. I figured you'd enjoy them. Glad they went to a good home. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. Yeah. Yeah, there are some moments like that in survival games where it's like, you find something, it's like, oh, I found this piece of food or this piece of something. I guess I'll just eat it now, and then it's gone. And it just kind of sucks, because it's like, I would have liked to hold on to that, you know? I'd like to keep that around for a little bit longer. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. Let's get there. I do like the art so far. It's nice. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. Kind of like, I don't know, like cozy, I guess. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk, though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much of a road, let alone a bus that drives in every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Not a fan? Hey, Deadeye. Who? It's mean, but I immediately get like worm tongue or whatever, right? From Lord of the Rings. Instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. Honestly, okay. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Okay. Okay, welcome, cousin. Oh, I know you then. I know you, and you convinced me to come all the way out here. Looks like somebody needs a hug. Oh, I hate that. Imagine, there are people who would be able to say this, and if you're one of them, you know, I respect it. That's maybe admirable, but I could not. Looks like somebody needs a hug. Oh, it hurts me. Tabitha, give her your... I mean, not that, like, honestly, if someone else did it, it wouldn't bother me, but it's a hard thing to imagine doing. Give her your condolences. Yeah, especially, right? That makes sense. Sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Yes, great. Thank you. Let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. All right. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering the dusty relic. All right, all right. My character is the type of guy to not be able to interact very well. Like give a ton of unwanted advice to the random weird guy in the bus and then eat all the peanuts like a monster. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Dialogue options explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Oh, they kind of cut in. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? What? So the funeral. Can't believe we've never actually met before this. I feel like this is going to be taken not so well because we're family, and I'm pretty sure I moved away from this side of the family because I didn't like them. So, you have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. I guess we're both part of the Dead Moms Club. You can feel the same careless cruelty in Tabitha's words that your mother would use when she talked about Perline and the old Scarlets. The wound that tore your family apart runs deep enough that it bled through the generations. Sound like my mother right now. She hated this side of the family so much. We don't have to become our parents. That's a little bit pushy. I don't know what my mom did to piss off this side of the family, and I know you're going through a lot right now, but that comment was unnecessary. Maybe not bad. Okay, pointed but understanding. Like, this is sort of like... No, I want to say this is sort of... It's sort of like if you're working in hospitality, except I don't know if you can say anything negative in hospitality, but if you were to, this is a good way to do it. Is there bad blood between us? You don't know me, and I don't know what my mom's problem was with this side of the family. I don't know why my mom left or what kind of grudge she had against this side of the family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. That's a nice one. Because I don't know this person. Maybe they're fine. Whatever, what's done is done. But what does that have to do with... You can't blame me for that. All right. How are you holding up? I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club. I just can't give this answer. It's so bad. Remain silent. Oh, talking is better than nothing. So the funeral. On Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Gosh, everyone's a person. Everyone's a person. Everyone's that person you know. Yep, like I told you is such a... That's almost a whole week since I'm here. Do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. Maybe? Any help planning? This stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just need the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. Holy. That's a dismissive answer. How are you holding up? I don't want to ask that. They're just so not responsive to my questions. Is it better to just remain silent? Some people like it silent. Yeah. I guess I will. It's tough. It's tough. Sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain. I didn't know any Tabitha types IRL, but then I realized I am the Tabitha type. Yeah. Well, it's just like, I guess I remember when I was in school, there's points where someone's like, they ask you questions and you don't really want to talk or get into it, so you just say fine. You give it very, like, strictly nothing more than necessary. Although, I feel like, yeah, if someone asks if someone's like, so, I hear, or, I don't know, let's say it's like, so you've been working on a project. Like, if they earlier mentioned they were on a project, like, yep, just like I told you, I have been doing that. Like, it's like, or like, yep, like I told you. It's just like, that's rough. Here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's been seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used the cramped apartments in great cities. It's like I'm trying to reach out a hand, and they're like, slice, you know? Mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. But I can understand, like, if I really resented some side of the family and I had good reason to do so, maybe I can see not wanting to really get into it. It's a tough time, blah, blah, blah. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. Yeah, this is rough. This is a bit rough. Interesting. Okay. Hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold into the foyer. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know Tabitha's character too well yet. That one response I can't use to... Not like the other guy. That other guy was something else. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive. Each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You hear door creaks on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards. Yeah, the house is literally like slumped to the side and going to fall off a cliff. This is crazy. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only hallways you need to use to get to those places. Yeah, why am I staying here? Like, okay. Show you around as so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Cool, thanks. It's beautiful. It's beautiful and clean. I'm not gonna lie. Why would I lie? Wait, am I just... Okay, I want to know, actually. It's beautiful and clean. You're lying through your teeth, but Tabitha doesn't need to know that. It is. The estate... Whoa. It is. The estate was the prized jewel of this region for a long time. It's quite a magnificent piece of architecture even now. Let's just get the tour over with. Follow me. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You went with that? You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. The cleaning? What cleaning? What cleaning? I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. There's fixings. When does this take place? Such a weird word to use. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Also, how old are you? I really can't tell. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. This is a nightmare home. This is like Resident Evil 7 that I'm living in right now. On Wednesdays. I'm assuming it's Monday, Tuesday, since it's not clean. Yeah, must be. Must be, but like, gosh. I guess they have people to clean, so maybe they just live a really messy life, but I just can't leave, like this is a stove on the right side with, like, partly eaten food bowls in it. And there's junk on the counter, there's chips on the table, the cat's on the counter. Like, I guess maybe that could happen. I feel like if I clean regularly, though, maybe like during my cleaning, I just go ahead and screw in this up here. It wouldn't take any time. I don't know. Window crack, you can't do anything about that. All right. Someone cleans this place? I already lied and said it's clean, so I don't feel like I should say that. You said someone actually cleans this place. Have you ever actually seen what happened? Seen it happen, or does this person just say they did and leave? I mean, but yeah, on the other side, like, this got put here recently. It doesn't look rotten and gross or anything. And there's like flour in a vase, so this is so nice. It's nice. It's perfect. Let's just keep lying to this person, because they, for some reason, also think it's perfect. It's so nice and big. It is. Why? Do you hate me right now because I'm lying to you, or are you just hateful? I can't tell. I love PB&J. Awesome, I love... Please don't be like, of course you do, because you like mac and cheese. So, how'd you know it was one of my favorites? That smile can't be real. Okay, I didn't, but good for you. Okay. Is there somewhere in town to buy food? Might want to eat something other than PBJs this week. Is there somewhere I can go get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. You know, I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with this. I think ordering stuff online, like, there's a fee, but, you know, I accept it. I understand. I understand this perspective. Although that being said, like, if there's an extra, I mean, you're hiring a cleaner, but this cabinet just requires 2 screws to be much better than it is, and that can't happen. But we order food online, and we also order like these weird luxury baskets, but our windows are cracked. Okay. General Electric refrigerator? I guess they do still make, but they're not that common. Okay. General store, how very folksy. I'm your guest. Let's say how very folksy. Is it? It's a store that fulfills your general shopping needs. General store. Just describes what it is. These responses are killing me. They're like, they're a little Redditor, but they're not so far gone. What if I want ice cream? I'm not going to explore that one, because you're going to be mad at me if I do. I know it. What's next on the tour? Bathroom. Follow me. I feel like if you're going on a house tour, when you say bathroom, you just say door on your right. You don't say, like, let's all go walk in there, unless you're showing the house for someone to purchase it. It's been hours since I've gone. Leave the kitchen, but maybe it's such a big house. Maybe it's such a big house. You pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Oh, I didn't notice. Is that your cat? Pet the cat. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou-Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. I actually think this is fine. So this is like a thing with animals. It's like, I think when they want attention, they will let you know. Sometimes animals are okay with you just going for it, and sometimes they aren't. But the number one thing for an animal that's not okay with you going for it is that you let them, like, you just let any animal, because then you don't know, you can't know one way or the other. A lot of pets will just come up to you, but some that are like really don't like it will get much more on your side if you just let them, you know, pet the cat anyway. No, leave the cat be. But I 100% know a lot of people who would just pet the cat anyway in this situation. And yeah, those pets never end up liking those people. Shall I move on? The bathroom awaits. She is exactly like me. Looks like one of my 2nd grade drawings. Alive with all the supposed booby traps. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy for this place to exist. All right. On Wednesdays, I'm assuming it's Monday. Yeah. Right. My cat doesn't want attention and just wants to hang around when anyone's doing anything. Yeah. I think that's fine. Got to be understanding of pets, because like, they're also just creatures. They're going to do what they're going to do, and they feel the way they do. You once again follow Tabitha through a long dusty hallway. And like, if you saw someone and you were like, oh, they don't seem like they want to talk to me, why don't I go give them a hug? Like, obviously that would be annoying. Cats are kind of the same deal. And dogs too, sometimes. Maybe after a few nights, it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floor. Yeah, I mean, clearly. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must, if you must. I am kind of surprised by, like, the level of eloquence of this person. Like, you know, the Redditor thing? I feel like, you know, there's the meme of them being super eloquent, but, like, this is a very communicative person, so they're not so bad. It's a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floors. Okay. Junk? Yeah. Like, but they live in this. They live in this. Oh, it's horrible. Not like, if you have to, you have to, but they don't have to. You don't have to do any of that. All right. And this doesn't happen in a week. I'm sorry, this doesn't happen in a week. Sure, there's toilet works. Worst bathroom I've ever seen. What a nice bathroom. I'm just going to keep telling them it's amazing. What a nice bathroom. The words barely leave your mouth through gritted teeth. Does every other word out of your mouth have to be a lie? I'm not an idiot, and you're not a good liar. Can I lie again? Dang it. Okay. I'm just going to lie every time, though. It is kind of funny. Who exactly uses this bathroom? Never mind. Not desperate enough for this. Yeah, this is like the airplane bathroom or like the worst gas station bathroom. Honestly, airplane bathrooms airplane bathrooms are really not this. They're not really too bad usually, but people really don't like going in them, and this is what they imagine, I think, and I get it because I've been in gas station bathrooms that were worse than this. On a second thought, I don't think I need to go. Might as well try since we're here. Can you imagine if someone said this to you? You're like, oh, do you have a bathroom? And then you go to the bathroom, and then you're like, you know what? I don't really have to go. You might as well try. Is there another bathroom? There's my bathroom and my departed mother's, but this one is the guest bathroom, so you should get used to using it. I'm good. You leave the bathroom, rejoin your cousin, and finish the tour. Please don't tell me there's some consequence to this decision, because there's only one consequence to this decision, and I don't want there to be a consequence to this decision. You still have to go, but it can wait until later. Maybe you'll sneak out to the garden. Okay, I can respect it. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour, follow me. Trash can is a bit full, but otherwise, this isn't even that bad. What about the countertop? What about the countertop? Yeah, people, but you could have just any organization. There's so much on the countertop. I mean, what about the stuff running down the side of the toilet? That's crazy. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. People do have stuff on their countertop. That's one thing. But, the way it's on there, I don't know. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Jenny wash them last week. But you're kind of right. People do... What about the toilet? The toilet, right? I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. An unmistakable stain coats the room. Someone has died here. Oh, people have died here. Okay. How do I know that? Oh, Mystical is telling me that people have died here. That's interesting. Closet is full of old family stuff, so you can hang your clothes up. You can use the dresser. It should be empty. Maybe it's an artistic choice. Maybe that was just a really weird shadow on the toilet, huh? People have died here, haven't they? I don't know if I want to ask. This person is just, I don't know. Okay. Should I be trying to ask and get questions out of them, or are they okay, let's try it. People have died here, haven't they? Looks away. When? This house is almost 150 years old. Someone died here last night. Well, the house is 150 years old, so of course people have died here. Obviously. And that, there's two bodies in the closet right now. Yeah, I mean, in 150 years. What's with all the boxes? Old family stuff. Offer to help move? What kind of family stuff? Okay, I won't press you. They seem very, rejecting of my help. But maybe offering to help is okay. No, they kind of hate that I'm being too, this place is good, and they hate that I'm offering to be helpful to them. So I guess I won't press them. Great, thanks. Is this real, or are you sarcastically saying, great, thanks? If I said I would help, you're like, I don't need your help. And if I say I won't help, you're like, uh-huh. But maybe this is actually legitimate. Can I lie? Let's lie. This is a very nice room. Yes. I just love it. The more you lie, the harder and harder you find it to lie again, especially after your cousin has already called you out on it. Listen, I eat peanuts from the bag by ripping the bag in half and just pounding in, you know? Are you serious? You're lying to me again? So, I know it might seem crazy. This is really me. If you don't have anything nice to say, how about you don't say anything at all? Frankly, with how you're behaving, you don't deserve to stay here. But lucky for... Yeah. Now I'm going to do one of your things, okay? Yeah, don't deserve to stay here. What a nightmare it would be if I didn't have to stay here, huh? But lucky for you, unlike anyone on your side of the family, I have a good enough sense of common decency to continue to host you rather than throw you out in the streets. All right. I just have to keep lying to you, buddy. And lying also doesn't help. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's true that I am pushing the buttons because I'm on my own part. I'm a little gremlin going into this. We used to sleep here. Like I said, this house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people slept here. Put a napkin in the toilet if I gotta go to... Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, if we're talking about, like... If we're comparing it against the worst, like, gas stations, I'm just saying for, like, somewhere you actually live. Somewhere you actually... Like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. For like, a public bathroom, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Like I said, this house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here. Especially, like, if you ever go to like, a playground or whatever, like, there'll be those public bathrooms. Those ones are similar to that bathroom. School bathrooms are worse than that. Yeah, maybe depending on the school and depending on the day and whatever else. Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm saying it's for a house you live in, that's crazy. But yeah, I see what you're saying. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. Like, but if I'm living in the house with a bathroom like that, and it's looking like that, it's hard for me to imagine not at some point taking it upon myself to change my surroundings a bit, clean a little bit. Guess I'll start to get settled. Remain silent. Guess start to get settled? Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. Okay. But yeah, the lying is crazy. Bad mood and just doesn't want to be here either. Yeah, true. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Yeah, don't expect to see much of me. Yeah, actually, some dialogue options will be optional. We'll open optional or additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. You know, we don't have to inherit our parents' bad blood. We can start fresh. Can I lie again? Okay, sorry. All right. Maybe. So, it's tough. I feel like offering olive branches is not working a lot of the time, and I feel like lying directly to her face while she knows I'm lying and she knows I know I'm lying for whatever reason is also not working. It's tough. Just want to... Yeah. Well, the fact that I could just keep saying it's really good after she told me, like, hey, I know you're lying, please don't. It's so funny. Let's try being very forward. We can start fresh now that it's just us. I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here, but you've been too nice. Last thing I need right now is someone sucking up to me every 5 minutes. No. I wasn't doing it for that reason. I was doing it because because I'm like a little demon in this house. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't like me, okay? Just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. Gosh, still no lie option. What kind of work do you do? Where are you going? What am I supposed to do while you're gone? Can't take the day off. Oh my gosh. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. All right. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. A lot that needs to get done this week. Let's try. Okay. From here out, unless there's a lie option, from here out, I'm going to try to give the most friendly options possible. Your cousin leaves through the front door. Now it's just you and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Maybe there's hope for us yet. PB&J sounds great right now. Settle in your room. Let's try the PB&J. Only thing you've had to eat in the last 8 hours was boiled peanuts. Yeah. Suffice to say, you're still hungry. Oh, I could have been allergic, and then I get here and there's just peanut butter and jelly, and I'm allergic. What if but if I'm allergic, does she hate me? Because I'm just like, there's nothing, you won't accept anything I do for you. Or is she like, okay, I will be accommodating. I wonder. But either way, I'm not allergic, so we're in the clear. I think it's a Monday. Funeral is on Sunday. Things need to be done this week. Yeah, true. Back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know, I wonder, it's just... all right. Daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. And actually, you know, as much as I look at this and I'm like, it's kind of crazy, a lot of people do, like, there's been points where I have... so personally, okay, I'm not the type to leave dirty dishes, especially on like the clean dish drying towel. So like the way I do it is, you know, you have like a sink. You have two sides of the sink if you're lucky, right? Like in this case, you just have the one side. But if you have two sides of the sink, you have a spot for the dirty dishes that then go into here. You wash them, move them to the clean side on a towel. That they dry off just on their own there. That's perfect. If there's dirty dishes on there, it makes the towel dirty. And also it makes it confusing sometimes because maybe the dish looks clean enough and gets put away. All kinds of problems there. But there are plenty of people who do not follow that. So I understand that, like, this is not the craziest thing in the world. You know what I mean? Towel. Well, some people have, like, a drying rack as well. But, like, either way, iron bar. Yeah. Something like that. If someone puts in that location dirty dishes, to me, that's crazy. Not everybody, right? So this is maybe not the worst thing. Just leaving the thing on the stove. It's a little weird, but not the craziest thing. They have a big kitchen, so there's not a big reason. Like, you could just leave it on the table instead, but it's... Different people have different levels of, like, what kind of grosses them out, you know? Maybe 6 iron... You use 6 iron ingots to make your drying rack. That's fantastic. Approach... Honestly, that... Okay, I'm gonna get so sidetracked. Can I lie to the cat? Okay. I'm not gonna approach Frou-Frou. Wait, if I approach, I'm not gonna pet them. Can I approach them? I feel like approaching is kind of good, and then stopping a bit away, but let's just do other things first. Let's do pantry and try to find the bread. That's a lot of, whoa! Oh! Look closer. Yeah. Something here seems amiss. Nope, not the dead mouse in the... Okay. At-home gourmet. All right. Behind the molded bread, a single book lies forgotten. A thin layer of dust collecting on its cover. You pick it up. Brain aspic. Both a calf's brain and aspic are unappetizing enough on their own. You can only imagine how vile the combination of the two would be. Aspic, isn't that like a white goop? Okay. What kind of person would call this place, would call this their favorite food? No wonder your mom ran far, far away from this place. Yeah, no wonder. Shut the book and put it back in its place. Bread. Peak pantry. I mean, honestly, I like peanut butter. I like peanut butter a lot. I can respect it. But, and this is understandable because mac and cheese lasts a long time. If you eat it a lot, maybe. This is a lot. But still. But the bread is a little crazy because bread goes bad really fast. Pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and the PBJ. Sure. Okay. Peanut butter. King of nut butters. And only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. Well, I mean, you can't even taste it at that point, okay, right? They've done tests. All you need now is some jelly, a plate, and a knife. I'm not going to take the mac and cheese. I'm not going to take... Imagine I take all the mac and cheese and I make a massive pot of mac and cheese and then she gets home and I'm like, oh, I don't know what happened. You close the pantry door. Teeth clenched. I don't know what happened. You close the pantry door as best you can, turn back. Yeah, I like the lying. I like it. I can't help myself. Let's go to the fridge. Oh, this is going to be horrible. There's dead rats. There's stuff on everything. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, Janie, stay out, in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, okie dokie. Okay, Janie seems like a, you know, like a very positive person, maybe? Open the fridge, already feel a deep urge to wash your hands. Look at the ice buildup. That's crazy. Even though you haven't yet touched anything other than the handle. Okay, leftover food, that's normal. Got some carrots on the bottom. Hey, I mean, I might say in a bag would be nice, but maybe each person does it differently. I like leaving them in the bag. Milk, mayo, butter. Normal. It's so much more normal than I thought. Okay. Old takeout, mayonnaise, jelly. Just take the jelly and be on your way. I don't even want to smell, because maybe it's fine. Reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. A sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. Nice. Either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in the kitchen Tabitha actually uses. The only things you need now are a plate and a knife. Better close this fridge and keep looking. Aspic is meat gelatin. Okay, I see. Aspic, I see. My brain loves aspic. Apparently, many brains love aspic. All right. Yeah, can we... I'm not doing... I don't want to make any enemies here. Because honestly, that's the thing, too, is like, if you live in a house with other people who you don't know that closely... or whatever, or maybe you don't have like this super casual relationship with, or whatever it is, and you throw out old takeout, you can run into a problem. You got to just be like, hey, this takeout's kind of older. Do you care if I throw it out, or are you going to eat it? But you don't mess with someone's takeout. You don't mess with someone's old food. You got to ask just to be safe. But return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. Let's now do... Okay, so I need a knife, right? Cabinets. Cabinets must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware. And oddly enough, the utensils. I was going to say, that's not usual, right? I'm trying to make... maybe I'm making too many excuses for this. Grab a plate and a butter knife. Yes. A bowl. A shot glass. Why can I even do these things? Examine. Excuse me. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearl Ann. Oh, yeah, I guess there could be people died here, and maybe I should be caring about that and looking at things more for that reason. It wasn't from her 50th. From her 50th. From the few stories you've heard from your mom, Pearl Ann wasn't the type to have kitsy friends. Right, who gave out themed glasses. Maybe it belongs to Janie. You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially with Tabitha's sour face peering over her shoulder. Okay, I'm not even... Maybe I don't like Tabitha in the nature of the way I've responded, because like this is a response that makes me seem like I don't like Tabitha, but could I possibly have given good responses where I do like Tabitha? Examine the mug. As long as I'm not actually like using the... Like, I don't want to grab a bowl. Oh, I could grab a bowl for the ice cream. Okay. It reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock and Sea, so your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Now you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. Might be nice to see the local sights. Yeah, okay. All right, plate and a butter knife. Plate and a butter knife. Fantastic. Last ingredient you need. Time to get to work. All right, close the cabinet. What happens if I just take a bowl? All right, close the cabinet and look back at the rest of the kitchen. Okay. Make PB&J. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. I didn't really even notice the mouse traps under the table. Mice can be a real big problem, so I guess I don't have to feel super judgy of that. Although, like, I feel like I walk up to table, I start making, you know, and I feel like my toe goes under table naturally, but maybe not. A job well done. All that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Like, the better option than putting it under here is putting it in places where they come in and leave from, and then somehow trying to keep this space safe from them. But that might be challenging. It's falling apart. All that hassle took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Why are there mouse traps? The cat is right there. Well, clearly it's not working. I mean, there was a mouse. We saw a mouse in the pantry. So considerate when you're not specifically talking to someone. Well, I can't lie. I can't lie to the open air, apparently. All right, check out the garden. This garden, if I could lie, the air would know. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. I'd make sure the air knew, and I'd keep lying after the first time. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Yeah, sure, let's explore. Went further into the garden. It's quiet out here. Okay. Let's see. House. State entry. Yeah, fine. Turn to the kitchen. And then... I guess I already ate my PB&J. Approach frou-frou. Just don't make me pet, because I'm not choosing to pet, okay? Hisses, but remains firmly in place. Okay. Yeah, this is good, right? Like, I feel like approaching... Because you're, like... The cat's going to assume anytime you approach that you're a danger until you've approached and not done anything. So that feels like a good call. Search the cabinets, search the pantry. That's fine. Well, okay, let's look in the cabinets real quick. Wait, not the cabinets. I want to look around and just see if I can interact with anything. Explore. Pick up a box of the mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen the brand before. Oh my god. Empty the box and stuff it with a dead mouse is so bad. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's psychotic. All right. Fridge. I just want to look at the things. Is there a way? Let's see. Old takeout. Let's look. What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words. Eat it. Oh. Put this back. That's awful. That's so awful. All right. Check mayonnaise. Expired 10 years ago. Oh, no. Grab the ice cream. Not to do this, you think... Okay, put it back. I want to know if I can find anything out. Best not to fan the flames. Good. Good. Oh. Yikes. Turn to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. All right, I'm good. I kind of did expect that. Settle into your room. Bin wings of the estate? Yep. Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from exploring the forbidden wings of the estate. I think this is what I would do in real life. Well, wait, I wouldn't break through anything, though. Try the nearest door, only be impeded by locks and chains. Like, if I'm here in this place, no one's else there to stop me, and I can sneak around a little bit, just I want to know. Settle into your own room. Head to town. Okay, head to town, sure. That seems right. The cousin gone, there's nothing for you. I like just a little snooping, okay? Not like going into someone's rooms, but like if there's rooms that have been empty for however long, like just a peek, just a peek. Drop your bags off in your room and head out to explore the town. But I guess I can't. We're locked out. We're locked out. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way, especially because it's like this estate kind of, I think it belongs to our family, right? So Tabitha's not wanting me to go there for safety reasons, but I could just get a little peek. You know, you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town. You probably wouldn't have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, or would have, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. But if only you could wipe the slate between the two of you. I feel like I'm kind of making progress in that direction. Maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Yeah. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Yeah. Okay. Really pretty out here. Continue on the path. I wonder if all my lying is going to make my character different. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Oh, puppy. Gretchen, come back. Quit bothering strangers. Hello. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. It almost looks like sweat. The dog almost looks like... No, don't capture. Pet the dog. A pug, she's so cute. Yeah, that one. I don't go right to pet. If someone else is on there, you don't go right to petting. Especially because that's the time when you get protective, right? Is when you're being held by your owner or whatever. I love pugs. She's so cute. Thanks. She is cute. Sure, most of her teeth have fallen out and she's got a couple of weird growths, but for a 17-year-old pug, that's pretty good. 17 is crazy. That's amazing. Too old for a pug. I'm not saying that one. That's amazing. 17, that's incredible. It sure is. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. Wow, that's crazy. Or better yet, 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? But what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. That's stellar. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks. But you don't look dusty enough for that. The dog looks similar to the takeout in the fridge. Don't say that. Don't say that. It is, but I feel like when you get to know a dog like that, they become super cute. But that is definitely an old dog, for sure. You aren't in the town with the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? My friend Scarlet needs to play this game. Introduce yourself. Yep, maybe I am, maybe I'm not, or no. Imagine? No. Oh, don't pull my leg. I'd know those sunken eyes and rigid cheekbones anywhere. That scarlet blood runs thick. I don't know. Okay. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of. Just, no. You're messing around with me. That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for this funeral. How's she holding up? Or how's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her. All alone up in that big house. I just lie again. No. I just lie every time she says something and she's like, oh, you're so funny. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so juvenile. No. Why do you want to know? Yeah, like, obviously people go, yeah, I'm sure she would. Mystical and keen-eye. I don't know how she's doing. The real Tabitha's buried under whatever icy front she's putting on. It's a bit forward. I feel like whoever I met today isn't the real Tabitha, just a mask she wears. It's a bit forward. It's a bit... She's putting on a front. That seems fine. Just... It's so, like... Mystical and keen-eye together creates a character that I didn't realize I was making. I thought I was making this super genius who is gonna, like, you know, detective their way through everything, but I was actually making the most, like, insufferable person imaginable. I don't know how she's doing. The real Tabitha's buried under whatever icy front she's putting on. It's the worst. Oh, my skills, they go to waste. Can I... I don't want this. I like this person. I want them to hate me. I feel like this is okay. This is okay, or just putting on a front is okay. I'll say I'm worried about her. That seems fine. Greetings, how you doing, Ivan? What's this game? It's called Scarlet Hollow. It is essentially, well, so Slay the Princess, really cool game from the past. Kind of very much inspired, I feel like. Livber, Enjoyed Liver quite a bit. This one is made by the creators of Slay the Princess, but seems a little different. You choose some traits that end out impacting the responses you can have, and then you go through this. Well, so far, we went to a mansion that was owned by our aunt, basically. And the aunt passed away. We're meeting different characters and kind of learning what's going on. But there seems to be some murder mystery type stuff going on. And of course, again, being made by Slay the Princess people, there's a lot of like, I make choices and then they come back to bite me, or are kind of funny. Like, in particular, I did a lot of lying. Lying if I said I wasn't worried about it. And the lying is... I lied, and then I was kind of called out on lying, and then I just lied again. And it was the best. So I'm enjoying it so far. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go of things. She and her mom were really close. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. Probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. So, like, this character likes me so far well enough. My cousin character so far doesn't really like me, but I'm working on that, except that when I have the opportunity to lie, my brain just... it can't handle the tension, the possibilities. All right. How long have you known her? Even if she doesn't think so herself. Let's see. Good for her now that you're staying there. Are you two friends? I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. I've known people like that as well, who, when it comes to making friends in particular, get really, they sort of not go, like, they go on the offensive a bit. And it's a tough one. Like, it's a tough one because you want to be nice to them, but you also don't want to open yourself up to being, you know, pushed around or whatever. And obviously, if someone doesn't want to be friends, that's one thing. It's just, yeah, that stuff can be tough. School here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. Right. Wound up bonding a bit when we were both, and Scarlets are kind of like, I guess, me? Anyone in my family? We were both in the school's production of A Midsummer's Night Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up in the end. But then she graduated and that was that. Yeah, graduating's hard, I think. Especially, like, any of the friends that you've made, you have to make a really conscious effort to try to maintain those, or else it just kind of slips you by. If you just got into town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Okay. Yeah, I'll pass. This is what the cousin would say. Like, as if the offer is, like, almost insulting. Yeah, I'll pass. Sure, why not? Not really hungry. I should go. But again, she is, you know, her mom just died or whatever. All right, sure, why not? Let's just do sure, why not? And that's fair, Although this person's confirming for me that they were kind of always like this a bit. But the extremes of something can be brought out a lot by extreme situations. Let's see, Chekhov. Loading plenty of Chekhov's guns. Let's see. Pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Yeah, I'm not from here. I mean, I'm from here, but I'm not someone they all know, and it's such a small town. Hey, everyone, I'm Deadeye. What are you looking at? Quietly, what are you looking at? Oh, that's crazy. So confrontational. I don't, like... It's a little weird to go into a diner and people look up when you go in and be like, how you doing? Howdy, everybody. All right. Howdly doodly. Let's do... just slide into a booth. I mean, I'm not, like... Slide into the nearest booth, pretending that you didn't notice everyone in the diner gawking at you like they just seen Bigfoot. Yeah. This diner's supposedly lively for the supposed lack of civilization on the way here. Oh, yeah, you know, actually, surprisingly loud. Yeah, it actually is a lot of people, considering. But I guess maybe this is, like, the main place people go to. Like a bar in a bar/inn in a Western, how, like, there's no one in the town, but it's always so packed. It could be that kind of deal. No need to be so shy. They don't meet many strangers. It's kind of a big deal when someone new wanders into town. Okay. Especially since, well, they probably all know that what you're here for, by extension, who you're related to. Even if you don't know anybody, it's not easy keeping secrets in a town this size. It is when you lie. As you settle into... Good one, I say to myself. As you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. My lying character is so fun. Ignore it or listen. Let's listen in. I would. I'm sorry. I would creep around the mansion because the person who's watching over me isn't there, and I want to see all the spookies. And I'm listening to the conversations. Okay, if you're close enough for me to hear you, and we're in this place, and you just stared at me when I walked in, I want to know what you think. Turns to Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, the two policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. I did notice that they were kind of... That must be Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet him. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. Oof. I haven't seen myself, so I don't know. I always thought that it'd go away once you finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. Oh, my mom was that miserable? Okay. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That must be Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, so that's why he looks so sad. I would look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. You think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you going to finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea. Yeah. In the far corner, a man sits alone at a coffee table, sipping and reading a paper. Why are the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers? So if I chose to be a girl with... but also, I don't, Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, reading, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. So there's a creepy guy over here. You got some... What do you think? Another youngin looking for mine work. Like, this guy's just muttering this to himself. No way. Clearly don't get the stomach for it. It's got to be the boss's cousin. That's that funeral this week. Oh, the boss's cousin. Wait, do you guys work for Tabitha? Remembering right, for old Miss Herlane. May she rot in peace. People really didn't like my family at all. Okay. Let the lady rest, Sax. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were. I don't know if I agree. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. But I hear you. I mean, especially like this close after it and around the person that's related to them, obviously you'd be a little bit, you be a little bit mindful. Especially before they've been so much as laying to rest. That's fair, I guess. If you've been around in her heyday, they'd be speaking ill too, Rodriguez. He's right. Nastiest woman I've ever met. That Tabitha is a blessing compared to her. Really? Wow. Curse the whole lot of them. May every Scarlet burn in hell. Holy cow. That's extreme, right? We can agree that that one's extreme. Let's see. You can lie, but you're supposedly a good liar, or bad liar. Yeah, apparently I'm a bad liar, but it's funny to be a bad... It's funny... It's funny to lie. Okay, in real life, terrible. And I've met people like that too. This game is a series of... this is that person I remember in high school. Because, like, I remember there was someone, actually, that I was around who would... Like, I remember he would say that he was really, really good at lying. And then there was this point where we're walking through the hallway, and a teacher or someone comes up to him about a library book, and just having told me he's really good at lying, he lies and says, oh, yeah, I'm just going to turn that in, like, at a certain point, but isn't actually going to, and is just lying. And it was so obvious to me that this like teacher, like librarian person knew that they were lying and just didn't want to deal with it. And it was like, yeah, whatever. But they're convinced that they're a great liar because they just weren't getting called out on it. So, yeah. Hey, Sil, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. I feel like you could take all these different characters and just be like ranking that guy to your list or whatever, you know? They're that person that does, that says these types of things. Probably place a cup of coffee, like the Redditor, the liar who everyone knows is lying, you know. Quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. You can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box anytime. Okay. Okay. That was worth it. Okay, that was worth it. Anything for you. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make it worth it for you as well. See? There you go. Look at this. Look at this creature. Okay. There we go. Isn't bacon bad for dogs? Is it? Onions are bad for dogs. Chocolate is bad for dogs. I don't know. Maybe. I ate pretty recently. I mean, I guess every red meat, whatever, is probably bad for anybody a little bit, but it seems like it'd be okay. Too salty? Oh, it's okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Is it bad for dogs like technically crackers are bad for people because it's just salt and like technically you should have a full meal? Or is it bad for dogs like that kind of thing where it's like if you want to like really strip it down to the maximizing? Or is it actually just always bad because it's just that salty that it's just really, really bad? It probably is. I mean, Is it worse for dogs than it is for people? Isn't bacon bad for dogs? But I agree. I think yeah, it's kind of crazy to feed them bacon. I think you should, like, dog food is made for a reason. There's certain foods that dogs can have that is really, that keeps them in good condition. So, but I'm not going to push it with them. Like, I feel like, I just met this person. I ate pretty recently. Bacon can give dogs, pancreatitis. Wow. Yeah. There's some stuff like that though, like, that I think it's hard for people, especially because, like, people eat bacon, people eat chips, people eat ice cream, and it's like, so in their mind, and that also can be very, very bad for people given time or whatever. So, so it's hard for them to imagine. But, like, you're kind of taking care of a creature that doesn't have any say in its own stuff. So, treating it well, whatever. Taking care of you today. How much is the coffee? Order a coffee. I'm not gonna ask how much right here. Said she's buying, so I'll have to wait. Did she? Oh, have one of everything, please and thank you. Holy cow. I actually did eat recently, but I think it's kind of impolite to not at least get something, especially if they're offering to pay. So let's just do coffee. Yeah, just a coffee, thanks. No problem. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. That's sweet. Yeah. So yeah, coffee's not bad. Okay. I never liked coffee growing up, and then I had like a Starbucks, some like cold brew with all kinds of nonsense in it to where it became a dessert, like the McDonald's thing, the McCafe or whatever, but like with like a bunch of so much in it that just makes it not taste like coffee. And now I feel like drinking regular coffee I could do, but I rarely do. Gone for the biscuits. They're really good. Oh, but I guess you've got all week. Yeah, let's get one tomorrow. Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? Okay. Gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there's any cool events going on in the week. Always the reading. Yeah, I feel like this is a good opportunity to be like, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll try one tomorrow if you want to meet up here again. Which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. Like to continue the kind of conversation situation. The weekly Sunday, because I don't know anybody in town. Like, this is the first person that I've met. Should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. I love like a church thing. Cool. Sounds neat. Maybe I'll check out some of the things. Not gonna lie. Well, I can't say that. Not gonna lie. None of that's really striking my fancy. I'll let like a church thing. Sounds neat. Check out some of these things. No, let's ask questions about a particular thing. Continue the conversation. That's a really hard thing about like talking to people is it's good to try to find a way to say something that carries on the conversation, not something that ends it. But it's so easy to say something that ends. I mean, obviously cool is the wrong call, but even if you like say a lot of things, saying like, sounds neat, maybe I'll check some of these things out, then they just have to be like, oh yeah, you should. And that's all you say. So it's not, so it's not like a church thing. Weird for me to come if I'm not a member. No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Oh, libraries are great for like meeting people. Or I mean, obviously, but like events. Like libraries tend to be a kind of a neighborhood like touchstone a little bit. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. Or churches, I suppose, yeah. Isn't this like the rural South? Is it? Okay. I get that. That's a shame. Religion sucks. That's a shame, or I get that. I don't know. I'm torn on that, actually. I feel like, isn't this like the rural South is a crazy thing to say. Or to be like, religion sucks not knowing somebody like that. Like, if you guys are like, if they're really like, if that's how they really feel about it, maybe you like bandwagon. But I think I get that, or that's a shame is good. Remain neutral. Yeah, I get that is good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. I get that. I'm not the church-going persuasion myself. Same for me. Yeah, it's like, just be chill. Whatever feeling some folks get in church, I think that must be the feeling I get when I look up at the sky on a night hike. Yeah, feeling of peace and wholeness. Yeah, this is based. Okay, good. I feel like this is something I've argued when it comes to this stuff a lot as well, is even if you don't believe in that sort of thing, there's like there's benefits. Like when you're sitting and you're looking up at the trees and you just feel this sense of peace, like with nature and stuff. That's a good feeling. I'm not going to push people away from that. That's not to say we're a town of heathens or anything like that. There are plenty of God-fearing folks around. They just aren't fans of the church. Well, the building's okay, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy, a little creepy. Ooh. Get what I mean if you ever meet him? Yeah, I've heard stories about specific types of people sometimes. Unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? Okay. All right. Something in mind? Something telling me this is a loaded question. All right. Was I being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera. It's always better when someone else is there before Sel can finish. Every return's biscuit in tow. We wanted to give you a biscuit on the house. Okay. You haven't introduced yourself, Kenai. Her condolences? I haven't introduced myself. Is this good for me? What do I look like, a charity case? Thank you, but really I'm good is also kind of crazy. What? No, you eat it. No, don't go in the back and eat it. Eat it right here in front. All right, let's do her condolences. I haven't introduced myself. Some of the psychotic answers in this game are so funny. Is that fine? Oh, sorry. It's just that most people in the town know about you. I didn't mean to. Oh, I'm sorry. That must seem creepy. Gets cats out of the bag. I wanted to there's ways that could have been said that could have worked. I shouldn't have done it. Gets the cats out of the bag. The Holer's a small place. Everybody knows everybody, and that includes extended family. It's all good. I was just caught off a little off guard. That's a good response. All just a little unsettling. No. It's don't be like, it's really unsettling and this biscuit is creeping me out. Like, please take it. Who's talking about me? No. Whoa, never met this side of the family. What are they even talking about me? Like paranoid, like who's been, it's all good. Holy cow. Just caught up a little off guard. Glad that didn't freak you out too much. Yeah, and don't worry, nothing just said about you'll stick, that's for sure. You can just make a good first impression. Yeah, totally. What a jerk. What was she saying about me? Remain silent. Oh God, I don't know. Like, am I saying this like, what was she saying about me? Or am I actually concerned? I just can't tell with some of these answers. Like, I need like a little parentheses, paranoids, you know what I mean? Or something. What a jerk is fine, I guess. Geez, look, I'm sorry I said anything. No, I don't. Like, can't you kind of casually, like, what a jerk. Like, can't you kind of casually say it and not mean it? What time period is this? Clothes style looks like second half of the 20th century, but the family stuff seems like it's feudalism out there. Yeah, it seems, I mean, I could almost see like, the 50s even with this, but I think hold on. In terms of phones, have we seen anything with phones? No, smartphones. This is modern time, I think, actually. Or semi-modern, at least. Because, yeah, came here in a car, and that one, yeah, modern BMW. Yeah, I didn't notice the I guess, styling of the car too much. I couldn't remember, but we also took a bus, yeah. But I remember she had a smartphone, so it has to have been at least, like, was 2001 was the first first iPhone, like, or 2004, maybe? But I think it's more recent than that, probably modern. So it's just like a very rural area. Right. Berlin, Wisconsin would do this sort of thing with everyone. I keep trying to like say something kind of like, about it and not something super confrontational. I feel like remaining silent, they're going to be like uncomfortable. So I say something, but really removals about folks was kind of her trademark. Enough about your aunt. We've got a biscuit to enjoy. Yeah. Pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. A warmth that emanates from the surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. My mystical nature is divinely telling me. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it's nothing but butter suspended in a thin mixture of dough. A matrix of dough. It's a perfect biscuit. I will not lie in this situation. Like, I want to lie to the other person for like funny reasons, but this is a horrible lie. I've had better. Best biscuit I've had, but that's not saying much. Whoa. Whoa, both to the biscuit, I guess, but also like to either of those other responses is crazy. Really good biscuit. Wow. So glad you like it. But that is a thing. That is a thing with the kind of people that I was talking about earlier that like are just, it's very hard for them to kind of accept making friends and things, is that they will lie about something they enjoy to either not just downplay it, but even to like reject it entirely, just because they're uncomfortable with something about liking it, I guess. So glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. That's something I'm still kind of trying to figure out, because I was temperamental or whatever at one point in some ways, and I've been like the type to want to kind of be on my own, but I don't know that I would ever say something is like gross or bad just because someone else might feel good if I say that it was good. But I've seen people that say that, and that's a little hard to mesh with. As Stella mentioned, she's famous. Haha, oh, Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. Whoa, really? So if that's not famous, then I don't know what is. I mean, being on the news doesn't make you, like, famous, but for sure, like, I feel like that's pretty big. I'm a YouTuber. That got on the news? What kind of videos do you do? That's rad. How does that make money? You make money from that? You and everyone else. What kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. Does she drink the Among Us potion? I'm sorry. You should really check out her channel, Deadeye. It's amazing. Do you pronounce the threes when you say it? I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it really wound up doing numbers. Okay. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Actually, this is so cool, though. Like, if I met someone like this in real life, even though I'm kind of making fun of the whole, like, Among Us potion thing, because, you know, Bigfoot sighting type deal, but if someone's actually, like, experienced and good enough to make, like, proper editing, set up a camera ahead of time, stage an event like this, you know, capture it all on camera, and then, like, have different reactions that are exciting and interesting, pace and, you know, script the video out, that's impressive. I'd love this. Conspiracy folks, I'd leave. Like, I'd love to talk to someone like this. Obviously, they're going to be, yeah. But family stuff then. Let's see. Hold on. What's going on here? Biscuit. 1 biscuit. Okay, wait. I missed so much things. Shocked this lived this long. Remain neutral. Guy in the bus in New York. Yeah. Said something about Alabama. Oh, yeah. Maybe it is. Definitely South. Definitely South. Like rural South. I don't know. Alabama, maybe. What time period? Yeah. Obsessed with family stuff then. Funeral of a member of the town. Yeah. So I'm coming into a town where it's not just a family member. It's like there's seemingly a mansion in this town for like this really important group. There's coal mining still going on in this town, like a big coal town. And so the people that own the mansion likely also own the coal. That's kind of what I was hearing, it seemed like. And so my family has some kind of ties into like the main industry of the town. And everyone in the town hates my family because they're really rotten, it seems like. So it's rough. Unless they're cynical about it and don't believe in it. True. Like, yeah. I mean, even if they believe in it, I don't know. Like, I've met people, I for sure talked to people who believe strongly in like the Anunnaki or whatever, like alien stuff and like that kind of thing. It'd be interesting to talk to. It's tough, you know. It's tough, but everyone's just a person. People have weird beliefs sometimes, you know. But I hear you. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in the river. Despite the shaky it's a weird thing too, I guess, when it comes to like certain beliefs or certain like certain ways of living, is like when it's on YouTube or when you see it online, it's like these people are crazy. But when you meet someone like that in person, it like humanizes them, and then it's tough. It's just tough. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure it's a cat, and a big one at that. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. Like, if this person believes in this stuff, they've been chill, they've been nice to me, right? That's kind of what I mean. It's like, they've been nice to me, like what am I gonna be like, oh, you believe in that? I can't speak to you. I'll say, like, you know, I saying, not to say that's what you would do either, but it does kind of, it changes it, right? Like, you just let them say what you're gonna say. I had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Big cat. What do I want to say here? That's an honest-to-God cryptid there. Oh yeah, totally a dog. Or wait, a beaver? Hold on. Looks like a big cat. Keen eye. I guess but the thing is, like, okay, some people at least who believe in this stuff, you can have like a back and forth on it. Like, I feel like for a lot of them, they get made fun of a lot. So just at least having a serious conversation without just outright being like, okay, you're stupid, is probably fine, right? Looks like a big cat. See, it's got those little kitty cat ears right there. Maybe it's a mountain lion. Oh, please don't be mad at me just for pointing out what I'm seeing. No way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found check squat. There's no reason. Oh God. And there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of... Yeah, see, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, I was going to say, if they end up being, like, put off super heavy, that's tough. But fan of the capybara theory, there's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owners set it free, and now will be forever roam the Catoba. Confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commentators for years to come. A brief quiet settles across the table. Gosh, all this talk about work reminds me how behind I am. No, please don't. I hope you're not put off. Thanks for the biscuits, Avery, but I think it's time for me to blow this popsicle stand. Fair enough. Size of 10 towards Avery, squeezed out of the booth, Gretchen in tow. See you around, Deadeye. Tell Tabby I'm around if she ever needs me. Okay, so maybe it's fine. Maybe. Probably get back to... That's a tough. Yeah, it does make it tough. It does make it tough. Someone with a keen eye is literally the enemy of a cryptid hunter. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's true, but having talked to people like that, I think they're sometimes open to just like, oh, what about this? Or what about this? You know, as long as you're not like fully dismissive, you know, like if you listen to what they have to say, they'll listen to what you have to say, right? Hope you have a nice stay, Deadeye. I appreciate it. You were alone in the booth. Stella already paid, but that doesn't mean you can't leave a tip. Should you, though? Yeah. Leave a tip. Don't be... Wait. A generous tip? I'll leave a tip. Just leave a tip. Reach into your pocket, pull out a single crumpled bill and a quarter. Well, how much was it? How much does it cost, okay? Leave the money on the table and fall Stella out of the diner. Like... Well, yeah, I just got a coffee. Right? Hanging out with Stella managed to pass some time, but there's still plenty of daylight left. Maybe it's worth spending more time exploring the town. Because I feel like a generous... So, a tip for like a meal at least, and I guess for this type of service as well, yeah, like a diner service. I haven't gone in and got a coffee before myself, but I feel like you leave... Yeah, it's like what, like 15, 20%? Some people... Yeah, 15, 20% seems like the reasonable amount for in-person diner type deal, right? But a generous tip, I don't know what a generous tip means in that case. I feel like if you leave like 25%, that's a pretty generous tip. But it could mean anything. Hanging out with Stella managed, it could mean 50%, it could mean some you know, some imbalances of imperial evidence then are right, but they rarely do. Yeah. It's more just like, I think there's, with people like that, for me at least, it's more just to have a conversation and like kind of keep things rolling. Even though, yeah, it's hard not to be a super skeptic about it. Someone with a keen eyes, yeah. Okay, anyway. Plenty of daylight left. Maybe it's worth spending more time exploring the town. Explore the general store, go to the town hall. Town hall at the end of Main Street, general store. Let's go to the... I wanted to go to the general store to see if I could get a little bit of food or something. A quaint little general store. Not as put together as some of the others you saw along your journey. Seems to reflect the state of the town. Meager offerings of dented canned goods and neglected tourist trapped trinkets. Feels like an old place that is slowly limping its way to the modern day, lagging behind just enough to be eternally unfashionable. Yeah, I guess I do see that, right? Like it's very woodsy with like old Pepsi. Yeah, maybe. Run down country, but at the same time, like this could easily instead be like this could go even harder in the other direction, right? Country ambience clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who has been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god. She was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. And I've got a keen eye, so I probably read her lips. There's also something about her that you recognize, a closeness of spirit that makes her feel familiar to you, despite the obvious fact that you've never met. When it says mystical, does it like I guess like a witch? Talk to the clerk, find something to take to the register. Fare thee well, fair maiden. Oh god. Find something to take to the register. I don't know if it's that quaint. Your gaze turns toward the shelves. Chips, beverages, ice cream, just browse. Let's browse. I feel like if I take ice cream, I'm going to be confused with having eaten the ice cream that I shouldn't have. Nothing very interesting to see, besides the occasional deeply out-of-date brand logo that makes you feel like you accidentally wandered in the wrong decade. Looking for anything? Tone of her voice sounds like she's trying to start a conversation, approaching you like you're a wild deer that might sprint if she makes the wrong move. Haha! Instead of approaching her, I've had her approach me. Oh, and a genius of the interactions. I'm Kanika. I work here, and you must be Tabitha's cousin. She uttered the words Tabitha's cousin like she was handling a bomb. How would you... Tabitha... Oh! Is it like a hot potato type bomb, or are we talking about Tabitha's cousin? Like, what do we... I actually don't know how to imagine that, but you're handling... Go talk to her. Take some chips to the counter. Take some ice cream. Soft drink. Get out. Just got into town, kind of tired from my trip. Get out of here. Soft drink to the counter. Very carefully, I'd think. Yeah. Got like the... yeah. I don't know how... Like, it's hard to imagine. Go talk to her. Take some chips. I don't want to... Let's just go talk to her. Yeah, let's just go talk to her. Tabitha's cousin. Like she was handling a bomb. I don't even know who Tabitha is. You got me. Let's just look here. I don't actually hate I don't know who Tabitha is. I think it's funny. It was nice chatting. I'll get out of here, get out of your hair now, but I'm sure I'll see you around. We literally didn't have a conversation. That'd be crazy. I should probably buy something. The funny thing is, like, this reminds me of Tabitha a little bit. Is that, like, this would be a crazy thing to say here, but also it's so eloquently said. Like, to walk in and then say, it was nice chatting to you. I'll get out of your hair now, but I'm sure I'll see you around, and then stalk out of the place without ever saying anything else would be interesting. You got me. I'm Tabitha's cousin. I don't like this town. I don't like that everyone knows me. It's so tempting. Why does everyone have to know who I am? It feels like everyone's already formed opinions. I think we can start with, so what do you think of Tabitha is okay? That depends. Are you guys friends? This is as, like, subtle as I was being when I was lying earlier. What do you mean? If I say yes, what are you going to say? If I say no, what are you going to say? I don't know. I just met her. Not yet. What? Can I not say, why do you ask? Yeah, why do you ask? By the end of the week, definitely. She's being so mean to me. Why do you ask is crazy. I got to ask that. Why do you ask? Because I don't want to sound mean if you're super close with her. We have a history, that's all. There you go. There's some honesty. Lots of families in small towns like this wind up with a history. Plus, she's rude. If you knew some of the things she and Perlane used to say about you, holy, then I hate her. Let's see. Used to talk about me. What did she say? How do you get away with fashion like that in a rural town? You just wear it, I think. Obviously, I mean, like, what? Ugh, okay. What is there to do in town? I have a lot of time to kill. I guess it's kind of... This is the thing, is like, I could read this in a way where it's almost either flirtatious or, like, friendly. It's like, you know, like, kind of funny. Or I could read it as, like a genuine thing. And I don't know which one it is. And if it's the genuine one, I think it's a problem. It could even be an insult, right? Like, it's tough. Probably buy something while I'm here. Feel like the first normal person I've talked to. I talked to Stella. She was okay, except for the cryptid thing, I guess. And also, you're like a witch, so you're not that different, right? Like, this is the whole... I walked in and you like read my... Or no, maybe I'm like the witch because I read your mysticism. What do you think of Scarlet Hollow? Try that. Do you want me to honest, or do you want me to sound like a tour guide? Why do you keep asking these questions? Okay, if you want me to go in a tour guide mode, it has nice trees in autumn, though so does the rest of Western North Carolina. Oh, that's not the South. I mean, it might have some Southern... I think North Carolina has some Southern vibes. Like Indiana has some Southern vibes. Like there's certain places around the country that, despite being... Wait, North Carolina... Like that's not... Yeah, I don't think you would consider that South, would you? Want my honest opinion, I think this town is rotting from the inside, and it's only a matter of time until it finally breathes its last. But again, nice trees in autumn. Okay. One of the options said rural South. Yeah. Right, yeah, I thought, yeah, when I was talking to Stella, I was saying rural South. Oh, wouldn't rural South just mean like very out in the woods South? And I don't feel like it is. I think North Carolina's not really the South. But I guess it's Southern-ish in its nature. What is there to do in town? I have a lot of time to kill. Maybe that. Doesn't sound like you're very fond of this place. And this is the point where my cousin Tabitha says, "Yeah, I said I wasn't." Let's do that. No, I'm not. I've spent enough time here for one lifetime, but getting out is always easier than done. Always easier said than done. But no, to be fair, she was mad at me, okay? I can't tell. It's hard, because Stella gave me this read that Tabitha's kind of actually like that, but also that she wasn't always this much like that, and this is a lot more brought on by what she's going through now. So I can't tell if that's just like her. And you could even say things like that wittily if you were more in a good mood. So maybe that's her normal self. Definitely more Southern than not. Yeah, North Carolina, not North California, not North Carolina. Yeah, I don't know. Just the rural South. More southern than not. Yeah, maybe culturally, especially in the rural areas. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like when I think the South, like you mentioned Alabama, it's like, okay, that's definitely in the South, or whatever. But we'll see. Don't like this town. I don't like that everyone knows me. Why does everyone have to know who I am? But then I guess I would also say that like North Carolina's rural areas probably have more of a southern feel than Florida does, for example, in culture. So. Yeah, so yeah, it really does depend. It's the South is not as much a strict line. Why does everyone have to know about me? More opinions of me? I feel like I'm not that upset about it. It is what it is. What's there to do in town? I have a lot of time to kill. Let's just do that. If you're looking for something exciting, definitely came to the wrong place. The only restaurant you have in town is the diner. The only real place to hang out is probably the library. There's a gas station for what it's worth. I feel like you just get to know people. Like, my character is so supremely good at just walking in anywhere and becoming friends with people because of the way this is set up. So like, who cares if there's somewhere you can hang out? Just hang out together. There's a bar, but it's not exactly a place you want to go. It's a dive that's always full of minors. I see. Pretty sure someone at the diner is throwing a party this weekend in case you want to go to a weird house party with a bunch of strangers the day before a funeral. If I were you, I would just wait out the week. Read a book and hope the day passes quickly, then go back to your life and forget you were ever here. Youch. This reminds me of Arkansas, actually. Arkansas is another southern place. And I remember at least the place that I was in, they were super, super pessimistic. They did not like where they were from. But it might have just been the people I was talking to. How do you get away with fashion like that in a rural southern town? I feel like the first normal person I've talked to. I don't want to say that because I've met Stella. That would be kind of rude. Probably buy something like but maybe that's okay. Like, because let's just do it. Because like, I do feel like she's fairly normal. If the only other person you've met is Tabitha, anyone would seem normal. I'll take the compliment, though. Dang. Yeah, it's just meant to, yeah, a good compliment. Probably buy something while I'm here. I don't want to say I don't like this town. Like, even though she doesn't like this town, it's kind of too negative for me. My aunt used to talk about me. What did she say? If you really want to know that you and your mom were stuck-up city people who thought you were better than the town. Exactly. Right. Because that's the thing. Even if she doesn't like the town, if I'm like, this town sucks, I'm just reinforcing exactly what's been said about me. For having you out of the wedlock, it's good your mom left because she was going to drink away your family fortune. She would just say anything. I never believed a word of it because I heard what she always said about my family too. And I knew nothing that came out of her mouth was worth anyone's time. I think most people in the town knew that. However, Tabitha is not most people. I'm sure she believed it all. I don't envy you having to spend the whole week with someone who thinks so poorly of you. She's just generally difficult to be around. Fair enough. Okay. How do you get away with fashion? I'm not going to say something negative about the town. I'm not going to say that how does she get away with her fashion unless there's a way I can turn it around to being a compliment or a positive, because she's got good fashion. Like, nice chatting. Fare thee well. So crazy. Fair maiden, it's the worst. Should I buy something? It's a good courtesy, right? Oh, sure. Beverage? That's fine. Soft drink. That'll be $2. Don't like this town. Yeah, let's just pay. I should pay before I forget. Can I buy the beverage now? Yeah, that's why she said the price. I should pay before I forget. Probably important. 5 returns 3 ragged singles. Imagine oh wait, what if I bought the chips and then I eat them all in front of her, like the peanuts? Well, sure I'll see you around, or see you around thanks to the beverage. Get out of your hair now. Maybe just see it, yeah. Don't have to thank me, it's my job. Okay. As is custom, the beverage is now yours. That's funny. Yeah, true, actually. She is kind of funny. You find yourself on Scar. I like her. I like Stella. And that's good enough for me. Looks like the sun's finally starting to set. Maybe you'll see if a sleepy southern town like Scarlet Hollow has a vibrant night and life another day. But for now, you feel ready to head back to the estate. All right, sweet. Sweet. Return to the dirt road, beginning the trek back up towards the estate. Perfect. I like this. I do like this, so it's super cool. As the sun sinks deeper into the horizon, the sky is flooded with orange and pink hues. The shadows around you darkening and stretching out over the path. The mountains seem to make the night come quickly here, the rounded hills blotting out the dying sun prematurely, casting the valley of Scarlet Hollow in an eerie autumn twilight. Had a long day. Between traveling and meeting all these strangers, the dusty bed that awaits you at the estate is starting to sound... You pause mid-thought. Something is standing in the tree line, watching you, trying to be very still. Is that just like an animal? It's a cat, a very big one. Is that what you saw in Stella's footage? There's a tension that chills you in a way that extends beyond the physical threat the creature poses. Something about the way it looks at you feels wrong, distant, like it's both looking at you and looking through you at the same time. I can see you there, you know? Hey there, buddy. All right. Maintain eye contact. Do I not have an option that my genius, mystical, keen-eyed intellect can give me? Maintain eye contact while continuing towards the estate. Feels okay. Aliens are real. Back towards the town. I think walk back towards the town maintaining eye contact. I'm not going to go past something in the woods that's a giant cat, even if it's just a cat. Walking backwards to town, neither you nor the thing watching you breaking eye contact. Foliage in the tree line snaps and crunches as you walk, matching your pace. Seeing that the creature you've encountered is intent on stalking you. And then it emerges. An honest-to-goodness mountain lion. There's something horribly wrong with it. You reflect on the tension you felt when you first caught a glimpse of it in the woods. This creature isn't just ill, something's replacing it. It takes yet another step towards you, drool leaking from its slack mouth. Run away backwards. Oh my gosh. Start filming. I'm not going to beat this thing in a fight, but I'm also not going to outrun it. Only noticed it due to keen eye. Oh yeah, maybe I wouldn't have had an option without keen eye. That's a good point. I don't know if running away backwards would help me somehow, because I could keep looking at it, but it is approaching me whether I'm looking at it or not. I think looking away without running is a problem. Somehow Stella was fine when filming. Nope. Nope, that was a mistake. Mountain lion dashes forward with a surprising speed, ears back, and heavy thump as it connects. You find yourself tumbling forward, pitching over the side of the road. I thought, okay, it's a mystical thing. I thought maybe it's disorienting. You find it to be almost impossible to stop yourself. The incline too steep. Every attempt ending in more scratches and bumps. You finally land with a breath-stealing thump in a small copse of trees, battered and bruised, bleeding from the thorny shrubbery, but not dead. Doesn't bother trying to hide now, leaping down the clearing with killing intent, its wide yellow eyes, ready to finish what it started, and then... Was she filming from a treetop? You might be right. My thought was just like, what is any information I have that might help with this? Because running and fighting both seem like they're not going to do anything. The only information is that I have seen it be caught on camera, and maybe that made it run. I don't know. Mountain lion, so it's not... Okay, maybe it is actually a mountain lion with something wrong with it, and not like some weird mystical beast. Gone in a flash, leaving a trail of thin blood behind it as it disappears into the dark woods beyond the path. As you gain your bearings, you realize that your beverage is gone. You must have lost it in your fall. Damn, nearly had the old thing. And I nearly had you too. Who the hell are you and what are you doing down here? Looking to get shot? I'm Deadeye, Tabitha's cousin. Saved my life. Thanks, man, that was a close call. Don't mention it. Just a shame I only grazed it. Wait a tick. Something awfully familiar about you. He looks you up and down with his good eye. You're that Scarlet kid everyone's saying wasn't going to show. Well, I apologize for my brusqueness, and I'm sorry for you and Miss Tabitha's loss. You can call me Duke. Duke seems to think for a moment, glancing up at the darkening sky. You better not keep walking around on your own out here. Not with that thing on your prowl. I'd hate to think that something might happen to you without me around to save your skin. Tell you what, tag along with me while I finish what we started, and I'll be sure to get you home safe. I wager Miss Tabitha would appreciate somebody looking out for you. Something wrong with that mountain lion? It's probably got the cancer. Had all them lumps. Okay. I don't know if that's... Doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. If I had to guess, I'd say it's more deadly than ever now that sees death coming for it. As you well know, when's the last time you heard a mountain lion attacking anybody? Especially on this side of the continent. You're one of the lucky few, so don't ruin it by going off and dying alone in the woods after God did you a favor. Yeah, I guess so. Go after that thing before it hunts somebody else? Looking out for me. Yeah, well, it was shot. Yeah, I think that's actually a good call. You have a gun. It ran off, but it was shot pretty cleanly. Right? I don't know. You leave me alone. I want to go home. I don't want to go... Yeah, no, let's do it. Let's go after that thing before it hurts somebody else. Damn right. Let's kill that son of a bitch. 100%. 100%. You and Duke make your way into the Dark Woods, although I don't think it's cancer, though. That's why I'm especially, like, you gotta get it. Although either way, yeah, it really is. It attacked me. It's gonna attack somebody else. On the trail of blood, the mountain lion left behind. Holy cow. Are you, like, seriously injured? True. The soda! The soda! I bought soda! And it's gone. Yeah, true. Probably mystical without key. Let's see. Wasn't she filming from a treetop? Yeah, pet the... Yeah, pet it. Yeah, true. I might be real messed up. But a flesh wound. Yeah, my arm hanging off. Before long, the sun is clearly set, and the two of you find yourselves in near total darkness. Though Duke has a flashlight, he uses it sparingly, letting you both adjust to the starlight instead. Every sound feels deafening as the two of you pick your way through the underbrush. Yeah, I mean, I fell off the cliff kind of ledge. It hit me, but I guess its claws must not have sunk in at all, and I just fell down and scrambled and scraped up a bit. But either way, as long as I'm not seriously bleeding or like any bones broken, I think going with him kind of makes sense to make sure, you know, he gets out and gets back safe. And I'm also me going alone is a problem anyway. And anyway, every snapping twig could be the deadly paws of the thing that hunted you. It's dark? Oh no. Every rustling leaf the herald of a vicious attack, though you know deep down it's probably nothing but squirrels and shrews. Until you hear the unmistakable sound of something large shifting among the fallen leaves. Gotcha. The old man quietly steps forward, gun held at the ready. What the hell? Stella. Duke, you scared me. What are you doing out here so late? Stella, I'd ask you the same, but I'm sure I know what's been slinking around after dark. Yeah, sure, I know what has been slinking around after dark. You know how close I just came to putting a hole in you. Yeah, I mean, she kind of probably wants to go find it, though. But you didn't. No harm, no foul. Hey, Deadeye, weird to see you out here so late. Does Tabitha know you're with Duke? Gretchen's little nose seems to pick up something she doesn't like. She thrashes in Stella's arms, whining threateningly. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure she can tell. Oh, calm down, girl. You know Deadeye. I swear, it gets so hard to hold on to her when she gets like this. Sometimes it feels like she's only geriatric when she wants to be. It's all right, little lady. You're safe so long as you got Mama looking after you. Unlike you, Stella, if you decide to keep on doing whatever it is you're doing out here, I think you'll find these woods are inagreeable tonight. Deadeye here had a run-in you wouldn't believe. So just go on home and save all this for another night. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? I think it was the same thing you saw that you thought was supernatural, to be fair. And maybe it was supernatural, actually. Like I said, you won't believe it. Now, put that dang camera away. Attacked by a mountain lion, you know the kind you said didn't exist in these parts? Yeah, just, like, it's not her fault that it existed, okay? Just know that it was bad, okay? You should listen to Duke and go home. Some kind of creature. It was like a cat, but big and covered in these lumps. Definitely some kind of cryptid. Why are you acting like he doesn't mean what he says? Take this seriously. I don't know what this old man is on about. Oh, that's funny. Isn't that dangerous? Go home alone? True, actually. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is like she should just also go with us. Especially, I mean, she can take a camera. I don't care if she takes a camera. Pretending he's senile or something. That it was bad. It was like a cat, but big and covered in lumps. The thing is, like, Duke's gonna be like, yeah, it was a mountain lion with cancer. I already told you. But I guess that's probably the best option I have. I don't know if I want to say... I mean, why are you acting like this? He doesn't mean what he says. Take this seriously. It's dangerous. Admonishing her, if I knew her a little better, I would. Like, I think if this was a friend of mine, I'd be like, I just got attacked by a monster, you know? Like, take this seriously. And also, we're in the woods with it, you know? But, unmistakably a mountain lion. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a mountain lion, but it did have the lumps. And I also got a mysticism. So the keen eye said it was unmistakably a mountain lion, but the mystique thing told me it's for sure, it for sure has like mystical properties too. So it's kind of in the middle. I don't know what this old man is on about. It's so funny, but I think I will say a creature, a cat covered in lumps. He hates that. I understand. Oh my God, that sounds scary. What kind of sounds did it make? You could have been dealing with a wumpus cat. Don't encourage her. It wasn't no new supernatural creature. It was just sick. Yeah, but I did sense its supernatural abilities. But also Mystic, I don't know if Mystic is like... What if there's nothing mystical in this world and Mystic is just It's just like, it's just thinking things are weird and therefore unexplainable and therefore must be mystical. Like, I don't know. Or maybe, but if there are mystical creatures in this world, I should try to trust it, yeah? You don't need to go looking for you here. We'll have it taken care of soon enough. Then you can go make any videos you want about it. I'll be fine, Duke. I do this sort of thing all the time. And if there's an honest-to-God Wumpus cat out there, I need footage. If anyone's going to believe me. Corpses are way too easy to fake. Is that Mothman on Stella's shirt? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, actually, good point. Let me... It's H, right? It is. I don't know if... What, Mothman. Have I seen a Mothman? But yes, it is. If you go on like that, they'll find that footage next to a pile of bones in some long-dead creature's den 20 years from now. That would be so cool. Okay. Maybe I should have told her to be serious. No, it would not. Yeah, obviously it wouldn't. Your mama and daddy are spinning their graves here and talk like that. Oh, I just found some lore, huh? If they ain't around to stop you, then I'll take the responsibility. Go on, get. I don't actually want her to leave, though. Don't. You're telling her to... Despite Stella's apparent willingness to go back down, an existential dread begins to settle into your spine. Something fated has been locked in stone. Somebody here is going to die tonight. What? You get out of the woods right now. If we don't, someone here is going to die tonight. But didn't it already tell me there's nothing I can do about it? Oh, God. Take me with you is a no. One of the two is going to die or me. So there are 3 people and whoever goes alone is dying. Yeah. If I allow her to go... So I guess all need to get out. He's going to send me on my own if I say this, isn't he? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because all the other options are for sure going to get someone killed. This is the only option that might actually change something. We all need to get out of the woods right now. Can I? Oh, I can't even go back, though. I can't even go back. I'm just saving for no good reason. All right. Why even try to warn them? Fate is fate. There is no resisting it. You know this. But because I'm a mystical, I also have that possible interaction. Just shook up from earlier. No one's going to die, except the mountain lion, of course, and Miss Richmond here, who doesn't keep her word. No, I'm not. I'm totally just going to go home, like I said. Thanks, Duke. Later, Deadeye. Love you. And with that, she's off. It's just you and Duke in the dark woods again. I don't know Duke yet. I would have changed my choice. All right. Damn. We've stopped too long now. Now the old hip is starting to voice its complaints. I like Stella, even though she's like a cryptid hunter or whatever. She's cool, and maybe she can give me tips on cameras and stuff. There's an overlook just up this way. Let's sit a spell. I brought a few victuals along if you're peckish. Victuals? Like Skittles? You find your way along the narrow path and emerge in a rocky outcropping overlooking the dark forest. I think it's not like Skittles. Something tells me this guy did not bring Skittles along. The sky above is smeared with stars, more than you've ever seen before. Duke interrupts the sincerity of the scene, or serenity of the scene, with his old man grunts, folding his creaky joints as he settles on a nearby log. He starts rustling through a small pack you hadn't noticed he was carrying, pulling out some beef jerky and a couple beers. Definitely not going to stay and track the animal. Yeah, this is rough. I really wanted to stop her if I could. What's this guy? At least it's a night. At least it's a nice night, even if the circumstances... Oh, this is Duke. At least it's a nice night, even if the circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky. And as for the beer, I was planning on having both cans myself. But I suppose I can convince to spare one. Serious about that feeling I got, Duke. Something bad's going to go down tonight. I ain't going to put stock in the superstitious whims of a stranger. Besides, you gotta run in with a critter. It ain't the sort of thing a person should just let live. This goes beyond protecting my livestock now. I'm just gonna keep trying my best. Wow, I have a lot of options. I was gonna lie if I could, but okay. Feel so much more like the kind of person I expected to find out here, like you really belong. That seems like, to him, it would be non-judgmental, because he doesn't seem like the type to take offense to something like that. You calling me a stereotype? I was so wrong. I stereotyped you, even in my assumptions. I'm just joking. Hey, stereotypes are true. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I know I picked up some habits that folks around here tend to pass around. At least I ain't on meth. That's the next generation's troubles. I just chew my tobacco and drink my beer and leave it at that. I will say, though, things ain't like they used to be around here. Kids grow up online and lose their accents. because they want to sound like somebody else. They move away because come back with a big head on their shoulders, talking down to their elders. Holy cow! Just because they went off and got themselves some expensive degree. Yeah. At least my beau is a solid mountain boy. He'll be sitting on the porch with a beer, watching the sun go down over the hills every night. Same as every Callaway that's came before him. He knows there's no shame in the country life. For a moment, you think you catch something in the tree line from out of the corner of your eye. Before you can see anything, it's gone. Yes, let's have some beers and we're being hunted. Yeah. I mean, a beer, like one beer each, I don't think is going to impact anything, but two, especially at his age, it looks like with his build, whatever. I don't know. There is a point where your aim might get affected, your concentration, your understanding of your surroundings, whatever. The actual thing here is like, if I don't take a beer, he's going to be two beers deep with a rifle. If I take a beer, he'll be one. That's what I'm kind of considering here a little bit. I'm not going to tell him, oh, you're not going to drink. Like, obviously, he's not going to go with that. This meter doesn't feel like we're being watched. That's just nature. You'll get used to it. Didn't know there was a mountain lion, because I think it's a lot safer if we're both one than if he's two. I'm not going to judge him for drinking, because that's not going to help me. I don't know him. Have some of that jerky. I can't eat jerky. I'm vegetarian. I knew I wasn't going to trust your superstitious whatever. All right, I'll have some of that jerky. Damn straight you will. Take a laborious bite of the jerky, straining your jaw as it fights back. You manage to tear off a leathery piece. More the idea of sitting down and chilling. Yeah, I think it's just a vibe. Like, there's nothing wrong in terms of this. I don't think there's a problem. Not especially flavorful, but it's very satisfying, like how you imagine. But we are under threat. We know someone's going to die here, so I got to make whatever choices I can that'll help. Eating's a good call. With this amount of spirit, probably only reaction speed is going to drop, though reaction speed is important in such a situation. I don't even know if one would do anything. I'm not sure. Because, like, in terms of blood alcohol level, you're looking at, like, nothing, right? But I don't know. I've never had, you know, I can't say it. I can't say one and then trying to shoot. I have no idea. Drinking the situation isn't dangerous. For sure, like, only slightly. Yeah, it's on, like, a curve or whatever, but I feel like that curve is, like, a little exponential and then, like, a cutoff. Like, I feel like after a certain amount, like, once you're tipsy, this is a really bad call. And then, like, well, maybe it just stays exponential, because beyond that, then you're, like, out of it. So I feel like it's very exponential. Another mountain lions out here. Should we drink the situation? Seems like you and Stella go way back. What do you think of her? Yeah, that's a good question. I do wonder about that. What do I think? She's a nice young lady, and she's been through a lot in this short time on Earth. What's a conspicuous silence fall between the two of you? You can tell me more, I won't tattle. Yeah, I feel like if I press it, he'll go with it, right? Ain't my place to say, oh no, true as well. I think with their parents rolling their graves, are they both dead? Yes, they are. God rest their souls. I think it's after 1, it's a little impaired, 2, it's much worse. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah. It's like, it might impact, but like only really small amount with 1, because you're not, I don't know. I feel like there's this point where you become like tipsy, at which point like your walking is affected, your talking, your thinking, like everything gets impacted. And there's points before that where you're much more safe. I don't know if 2 would even be enough to get to that point, but it would get you way closer than 1. And also it depends on how quickly, right? So if you were 2 like immediately and then going versus like if we just chill here for the next like few hours, it'd be very different as well. Mountain lion here, drinking the situation. I was wondering, how do you find me? If you've eaten recently, we're eating jerky, right? About what you said earlier, why did everyone think I wasn't going to come for the funeral? That'd be Miss Perlane's doing. She was never very kind when talking about your side of the family. Bless her heart, and God rest her soul, of course. But she told everybody your side of the family had sworn off Scarlet Hollow and everyone who lived here, so nobody around these parts thought we'd be seeing much of her, or much of you. From here, what do you think of Scarlet Hollow? Yeah. What do I think? You might as well be asking me what I think of the air I breathe and the dirt I'm standing on. How am I supposed to know? I'm in it. Yeah, if you've never left the town especially, or you very rarely ever left the town, like, you think it's life, I guess. That's fair. Should be the one asking you, what do you think of this town? It traps people. It doesn't let them go. That's why I'm here. I don't think this is like a it type situation. Maybe Mystical always tells the truth, but maybe it doesn't. But then again, I think Mystical is telling me the truth when we're going to die, when someone's going to die here. So just got here, I don't really know. One of the first things that happened to me here was being attacked by a mountain lion. That's not a good, like if you get in a car crash on your way to a town, you can't like swear off the town, or you shouldn't. People scare me. They all have opinions of me they decided they held. I'm not gonna, like, give and take here a little bit. Impression that it's barely hanging on. Are they all negative? I mean, some aspects are beautiful, and I think it's nice that, like, small towns can be kind of nice. I don't know if I don't know if I would want to say it this much, but like, I think a lot of these are a little bit too judgy. But then again, maybe this is a bit too heavy. Barely hanging on. Maybe that's an okay thing to say. These are all so bad. But it's beautiful, it's just too strong as well. So barely hanging on is maybe the most reasonable. Now you watch yourself. Only locals get the privilege of smack talking the town. Yeah, every other option is smack talk except for like hard liking it. Main Street, I guess I should have done It's Beautiful. I kind of agree with both. Main Street might not be doing so well as it used to, but that don't mean folks aren't still living here. It'll come back. Scarlet Hollow always comes back no matter how many times it looks to be falling apart. Drinking the situation is wondering how did you find me? Kind of feel like I've been kidnapped. So Duke, tell me about yourself. Hey, yeah, always with the extremes. What do you think of Tabitha? You can be honest. You say that as if I would have a bad word to say about her. I think she knows the value of hard work, and I think she and your whole family have been the lifeblood of this town for longer than I've been alive. But the whole reason any new jobs come out this way aren't tourist bullcrap. We have the Scarlets to thank that this place ain't just a glorified theme park like some other towns I could name. I don't want to be a local flavor character selling my produce to a cutesy farm stand to folks up in the city who think that, holy cow, you use the runnest, honest sentences I've ever seen. Think they want homegrown goods, but get nervous if they see a brown spot. So I am grateful to Miss Tabitha, and I will hear no slander to her good name. All right, fair enough. Stimulant. It's a very small amount of alcohol can actually improve reaction speed, motor function. I have heard people talk about like wine or like cardiovascular stuff with it. My perspective generally, although I guess I don't really know, would be that like it's sort of similar to being like, okay, well, if you're really, really hungry, chips are good for you. I think eating chips is not the worst thing in the world for you. Not going to be, but over a span of time, it's bad for you. Whatever. I don't judge it so heavily, but there are people that have a big problem with it, and there are people who, and you'd probably be healthier if you weren't doing it, but it's one of those things. Drinking in this situation, as long as it's not a super big problem, you might be healthier if you weren't doing it type of thing, but like eating chips. Wondering how did you find me? Kind of feel like I've been kidnapped. I guess how did you find me is fine. Been on this thing's trail all day. Got myself a personal vendetta. It's been after my chickens. I've seen it around my property a few times now, and the next day I always have a bird or two missing. But I don't know. Reaction speed I've never heard. It'd be kind of interesting to hear about. These birds are like a family to me. I raise them from eggs. They know me by sight, like I'm their daddy. So it means something to me when some creatures set their sights on my hens. That thing shoots to the top of my list of enemies. Actually, now that I think about it, I have shot before, and I'm a good shot, but I do think like if you aim and shoot, that it can be easy to like going to the next target, like trying to go from one to the next. Maybe, I guess technically maybe if you had alcohol, you wouldn't think so much about trying to make sure your shot hit exactly right, I suppose. But that's probably not really what you're talking about. Suppose it sees some commonalities between you and my chickens. I didn't expect to find a near stranger out there on the wrong end of the thing. But I'm glad I did for your sake. Okay, so just found me because his chickens got loose, maybe. Tell me about yourself. Kind of feel like I'm kidnapped. Tell me about yourself. One more thing. Do I know about me? I can't say I know what there is to tell. Got a beautiful wife, Irma, okay, who I love to hell and back. And we've got our boy, Bo, and our little farm. And our closest neighbor is that bastard Julius Tremaine. But that's neither here nor there. Ooh, okay. Tell me, what's the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen? I want to show me a large pumpkin. I've seen one about the size of a large pumpkin. I've only ever seen them at the grocery store, so grocery store sized. 500 pounds once? No. What is the biggest pumpkin? I think I've seen, like, at pumpkin patches, but probably nothing over... I remember there are 5-pound ones. There are probably some that would be, like, 30 pounds or something. But I've never seen, like, a really big pumpkin. Show me a large pumpkin. Damn right, and not just any pumpkin, the biggest pumpkin I bet you'll ever see. Feast your eyes on this beautiful lady. Pulls out of pocket. Not a lie indicator in front of the 500-pound one, which is kind of crazy, actually. That's a good point. Duke pulls out his wallet, because if I say it, then it's true. Flipping it open to a photograph of a very, very large pumpkin. Big Betty, my biggest yet. Me and Bo are taking her down to the fair this week, aiming to take home the blue ribbon. Oh, wow. Holy cow. What compels you to spend such time growing that? Make a pie big enough to feed the whole town with that thing. Actually, I love pumpkin pie. Can we talk about pumpkin pie now? I would, only they don't taste so good. Yeah, that makes sense. If you focus on just making like really large vegetables or whatever, I don't know it's going to taste that good. Irma does her best, but there's not much a giant pumpkin is good for besides animal feed. And for showing up all the other pumpkin farmers at the state fair, of course. Bro, I can get behind that. All right, I'm bored. All right, I'm bored. Where's my iPad? Enough sitting. I want some action. Go after the thing. Sat in silence. Reach the night air. I like both those, but I think we take a beer so that we have 1 and 1 instead of 2 and 0. Or like a somewhat cool one after so many hours outside, but you crack it open nonetheless. Offer him a gesture of cheers and take a sip. Cheap beer. It's refreshing, watery, earthy taste mingling well with the crisp mountain air, putting you somewhat more at ease. Duke seems slightly more at ease now, too, seemingly happy to not be drinking alone. What if I took the beer first? Would I have gotten different answers? That's interesting. I didn't know there were mountain lions here. That's a good question. If you ask most people, there ain't. But everybody who lives deep enough in the hills has a story or two about seeing one. Not that anybody believes us. But if we don't manage to bag that son of a bitch, you'll have one for them stories, too. And then you'll get the rare pleasure of telling people what you've seen with your own 2 eyes and never having nobody believe you. Tough. Drinking in this situation is dangerous. I feel like I'm a kid. It's getting late. Shouldn't we get moving? Enough sitting. I want some action. Let's go after that thing. Yeah, we got to get to it because I don't want to leave. Open your mouth to speak. Before you get the words out, your phone buzzes in your pocket. You're getting a phone call. It's your cousin. Pick up the phone. Deadeye, where'd you go? Are you dead? Well, I picked it. I picked up the... Can I hit you with a... I picked up the phone, therefore? Yes. No, I'm just in the woods hanging with some cool old guy. Almost got eaten by a mountain lion. I'm wandering around the woods with some old guy with a shotgun. I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'll be home later. Should I tell... I feel like I should tell her the information. Can you come get me? I'm in the woods. I feel like we tell the right... Yeah. Say yes, Ellum. Yes. Wait, you're so right. Yes. Yes. I didn't even think about that. Why is there no lie indicator in front of yes? Wait, it's so true. You're so funny. God, your reception is awful. You're out in the woods. Did you manage to get lost? Wait, I'm making a friend. Who is that? Is that Miss Tabitha? Oh, that's Duke. There was a sound nearby, a scuffling, and then... What in the... Look, I don't know if you know this, since the big city only has trees with little fences around them or whatever, but wandering around the woods at night is dangerous. Get back to town now. Don't you worry, Miss Tabitha. We'll get Deadeye... Oh, did you take my phone? Get Deadeye back to you safe and sound. I'll be sure of that. Tabitha, I promise. Everything's fine. Yeah, look, I'm sorry. I won't be around to hang out tonight, but I promise I'll be around tomorrow. Okay, I gotta go. Don't wait up for me. Seems like something really cool's about to happen. Talk later. You can't come get me? I'll see you in town. Sorry, I really didn't mean to get in trouble. Tough. Don't wait up for me. I like that I'm saying I'll be around to hang out tomorrow because it makes it that I care about her to an extent. To track the beast. Yeah, right. Let's just... We're going to die if we pick that? Oh. Right, I'm gonna die. See you in town. That's actually a good point. See you in town. I guess this is the best option I have. I don't really want to, like... I don't want to be dismissive of what she's saying particularly, but going to pick you up. Okay. Rustling Grows Ladder. That must be Birdie. She's still alive. The call ends abruptly, the bad reception finally going out. That's Stella. Wait, what? That's not Stella? Get your thieving little hands off her. Charges forward, flashlight in hand, crashing through the brush. Damn, that thing's fast. Which way did it go? That's not Stella. I thought that was Stella because he's going to shoot up at it and then it's going to be Stella. But no. There's an odd... He's going to shoot Stella for sure, though. I'm just waiting for it. It's Duke's chicken. You're right. Yeah, the chicken was Duke's... Okay. There's an odd sound nearby, though. It's the sound of water of whatever the two of you are chasing. Keen Eye. It's a human voice and one you recognize immediately. It appears that Stella didn't leave the woods after all. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks. It is Stella, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but Duke stops mid-stride to listen, his hearing evidently not quite as sharp as yours. Damn it, I know that voice. There appears to be some kind of growth. I've never seen anything like it. Jeez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Stella, I swear to God. Didn't I tell you to go home? Oh. Yeah. The two of you emerged into the clearing, revealing what Stella had been filming so intently. It's Birdie, her little chicken body, panting desperate breaths as she lies in the crumpled heap at Stella's feet. It was Stella. Okay, cool. Birdie. Oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? Because, like, yeah, I mean, I was thinking, like, okay, maybe it's not Stella, maybe it is actually a creature, but then Stella's going to be somewhere and going to get shot. Duke, I just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. Don't put this online. What are you still doing here? Why couldn't you be a normal YouTuber who just talks to the camera instead of the kind that films people's dying pets? I don't, just a chicken. I'm sorry, Duke. Stella, I don't think you should put this online. I think that's the thing I should say. Because it's, like, care for Duke. That is right. Nobody has to see her like this. Sorry, Duke. It's just, you know, my job. I hate you now. Why did you have to say that? I could have liked you forever. That's the worst. It's cruel is what it is. Birdie don't deserve to be made in some online show. Why did you say that? What possessed you to say that? You could have just not said that. You could have just been silent and thought it. Oh my God. There is something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. You see the thing that got a hold of her? Have you seen something weird out here tonight? I'm still going to try to get you to stick with us, I guess. I don't think it's a mountain lion. You can't. Oh, it's the worst. The left would have guessed. Birdie died. The prophecy's been fulfilled. Wait, true. Just like the mountain lion. Do you think we should put her down? Yeah, kill her quick before it kills one of us. I don't think it's mountain lion getting your chickens. Let's do that one. Yeah, no shit. In all my years I've never seen anything like this. Whatever got at Birdie seems like the same thing that must have gotten the mountain lion. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you, gently at first, barely a whisper, then a guttural moan, and then another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. What the hell's going on? I think we should get out of here. Quick, let's all split up and move in different directions. We've all had enough excitement. Come on, Birdie, let's get you home. Are you guys hearing this? She starts filming. As Duke scoots up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, a strange sound coming closer, growing bolder. What in the hell is that? Don't you step another foot closer or I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. Gretchen starts making ungodly noises, screaming and howling along with the din around you. Oh, you and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Gretchen whines and barks, reaching favored peach pitches another creature's malformed hand grasps at her. Oh my God, what's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet and then chaos. No! Oh no. Perhaps the thing is, it grabs for his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie, with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as it pauses, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen in the darkness. Desperate cries going on. Get your grubby little hands off my bird. Get the thing away from Gretchen. Oh. I gotta help the dog. You got a gun, dude. You better use it. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Or misshapen, I guess. You happen to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back in its hind legs, its mouth opening. Whispering tones slide out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then, there's the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Duke? Oh, no, what? Oh my God, oh my God, what do we do? Okay, first things first, I grab Gretchen. There, step one is done. Gretchen is safe. Great. Okay, step two. What's step two? Call the cops, obviously. Go home, pretend it's never happened. Go after those things. Yeah, that would work. These are psychotic answers. Take some deep breaths, collect ourselves. It's not okay, but You have to be a voice of reason anyway. What do you mean? I'm totally acting calm and rational. Now, step 2, wait, you actually kind of are, is that we chase after those things to get as much footage as we can. It's the only, but you're crazy. It's the only way anyone will believe us about what happened. You got footage. You got footage. Were you not recording when he shot? You got all the footage you need. We owe it to Duke. You froze. We got to those things, we'll pull it again. Are you nuts? A man is dead, Stella. I don't want to call her nuts, but I want to point this out. Silently follow. This is insane. Lead the way. Stella, we have to get out of here. That one. I know, but if I call her nuts and then we have a disagreement and she goes off on her own, she'll die too, and then I'm alone. That's the problem. At this point, there are 2 humans and beastly creatures. We have to get out of here. I need to confront her. Okay, let's go. I need to confront her, but I can't, she does, deserved. This is crazy. But maybe she's having a response to what's going on, you know? As you and Stella quickly make your way back through the woods, because she's saying she's thinking rationally, but she's clearly not. The unearthing creatures whispers of unknown creatures once again surround you. As you and Stella quickly make your way back through the woods, the unearthing whispers, keep moving. You say nothing, continuing forward with grim determination. Yep. All right, keep your dog, keep yourself. Did I take the gun? I hope so. We're almost there. Oh, that was crazy. You and Stella reach the main road and the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha and 13 text messages. Tabitha seems worried. Yikes. Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I didn't think Tabitha would be so needy. What is going on? What is going on? Whoa. I think I'm in trouble. I guess call her, right? Try and call Tabitha. Isn't it inconvenient? Yeah. Why on earth did Stella bring her bloody dog for filming? Yeah, kind of crazy. Okay. I mean, whatever. I like... It would be nice if she had held onto the dog up until now. I think if she... I don't know what would have happened if I tried to help Duke. Maybe the dog gets taken and Duke gets shot, and then it's worse. Or maybe I help Duke and we shoot the thing and the dog gets taken. Text her that you're okay. But also, Duke would not put this down as to go out here. Not to speak ill of the unburied dead or whatever, but like, Duke would not put this down. So it's both of these people crazy. But I guess Duke's a little more understandable because he didn't believe that it actually was crazy. He had a gun. All right. Text her that you're okay. Tabitha seems worried. It's pretty late, isn't it? Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl? It's Stella Richmond. I'm up in the mountain on the Asgina trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. I mean, you got it all recorded, right? I think we're okay, but just hurry. Jesus, Earl, who's going to tell Bo? I guess now we wait. No good nightmares, toodaloo. Yeah, yeesh. Have fun stuff to do. Hey, I appreciate you, Fog, very much. Have fun, I guess? Yeah, I appreciate it. Takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers: Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, who I think I saw in the cafe, like the whatever, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. Classic. So that one, let's see, would make sense if it was a German Shepherd or something, but it's a pug. Yeah, it could just be kind of a comfort animal, and maybe she just planned on just sitting in the trees and monitoring stuff, but you definitely put your dog in danger by... If you actually believe in cryptids and stuff, which she does, right there, a thing jumps out of the woods, then the shotgun goes off. What in Sam Hill? What is that? Some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. No, there was more than one. They chased us through the woods. Whatever they are, they aren't human. And they killed Duke. Uh-huh. Now we're going to have to confiscate this camera. Miss Richmond, if you don't mind, this is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off and save the battery. Just save the battery. Okay, yeah. You notice Stella popped something out of the camera? I was literally just thinking this. Slide it up her sleeve. There you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I... Please, call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you, and... Who are you exactly? And is that a single Bud Light I smell in your breath? You shouldn't be drinking in the woods. A single Bud Light. You caught. Caught. What the heck? That's Deadeye. He came into town today for the funeral. Deadeye? As in the famous... Okay. Tabitha's cousin, yeah. You know of me? You watched my video? Okay. Let's do Tabitha's cousin, yeah. Damn, didn't think you actually show. We'll escort you back to the town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke's going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on the alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. What? Now if you'll kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. Stella! Please! You don't even have your camera anymore, okay? You're not going to get famous YouTube views off this. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety. What's wrong with her? At least you weren't drunk driving. True. Would be funny if the skeleton crew would only find Duke's skeleton in the morning. All right, Stella size. Okay, thank you. You could ride up in front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. Oh, weird. The cop ushers you and Stella into the back of the squad car. Wait, oh, Gretchen is the dog. Yeah, okay. You're just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Oh, yes, you are. Perfect. Sheriff Hugby pets Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella, a worried look stretched across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. Stella is quiet and stiff next to you, back rigid as she stares out the window, jaw clenched. Hey, Stella, you good? She doesn't respond. This is like the... You remember the conversation about the cat and the dog thing? In terms of people, just touching somebody without, like... I don't know. I mean, a lot of people do this and a lot of people don't mind it. But some people really do. I don't think Stella's okay back here, fellas. Yeah, let's just bring all the attention onto her. That's what she needs. Just saw a man die. I don't know what to say either. Please let this go well. Reach out and rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at your touch. You can feel some of her tension ease and hear her let out a self-soothing sigh. I mean, considering what just happened, I feel like it's appropriate. I don't think Stella's okay back here, fellas. I'm not going to say that's crazy. So Amanda, I don't know what I would want to say either. It looks to me like she's got a bout of car sickness. Must be why she thought walking home sounded like a good idea. Wait, is she actually car sick? I mean, we literally just saw someone's... like, and she... Okay. I guess but some people are. Guess whatever y'all saw out in them woods wasn't as bad as an upset tummy. I'm sure she'll be right as rain once we get back to the hill. Though she'd best try not to hurl in the meantime. We wouldn't want Franklin here to have to work late cleaning the car. We're only a few minutes away now. You'll better keep it together until then. All right. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. All right. You two stay out of trouble. Oh, it's... Wait, Franklin, but your mouth is open? All right. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have this all sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. IP Freely? But Okay. Fox Mulder, remain silent. Let's just say our name. This is crazy. This is crazy. Sure. You're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leave before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get in any trouble. Have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchy. Y'all have a good, lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. You mean the bugaboos that you know had caused someone's head to get shot off? Okay. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. Okay, so I know it's late, but I'm wound up. I know I, for one, need answers. The long shot, my friend's mom is a weird hippie lady. She knows all about local wildlife and local myths and legends. Maybe she would have some idea what those things were. And this is the opportunity, right? Because I didn't wait, I don't think I shot her down. I just pointed out that it looked like it had cat ears, and I was right, okay. So maybe we're good, and I can kind of learn about this stuff with her without it being like, well, you don't believe in anything. I say we go over and show her what we have. Are you with me? Totally. Where have you been? Ronald Weeze? Okay. I've been waiting in town forever. Were you that lost? Tabby, great. We were just headed over to Sybil's. You should come with us. A lot happened out there tonight. Better to explain it all at once. Duke saved my life and then he died right in front of me. Monsters in the woods. I mean... this one. Duke saved my life and then he died right in front of me. Wait, you're serious? Someone died? Yeah, the cops dropped us off down here. Well, if you already got the cops involved, I don't see what you think Sybil is going to do. Give you some weird tea about it? Doesn't sound super helpful to me. Wait, if we tell her that we have a tape, is she going to turn it in? It was the circumstances. There were these things out there, Tabby. I can't even describe them, like doughy gnome things. Oh, I see. So she's going to give you some secret gnome knowledge. Deadeye, I don't think we need to waste our time with that. I'm tired and it sounds like you're tired. We're going home. Can I just say... You understand I need answers? Maybe that'll work. What I want to say, I don't want to, crap. What I want to say, there's so many casual ways to deal with this. I'm just going to say, I'll see you at home, but I'm going to go see, I'm going to sit with Tabitha because she literally just saw someone die too. Okay. I need answers. Can I just, but I need answers. I need to go with her. Okay. You need to go to bed. Because I need to go to bed, and I'm not leaving without you, and I'm your host and your older cousin, so you have to listen to me. I'll make sure to catch you up on whatever Sybil says. Here's my number. Let me know when you get back so I know you're safe. What, so you're friends now? Better not make problems for me all week, Stella. Doesn't wait for Stella to protest before you get back on the road. Dang it. All right. Net around you is blessedly silent, save for the comforting songs of crickets and your footsteps on pavement. There are no eerie owl-like calls of pale, leering creatures disturbing the night's peaceful ambience. The things in the woods are nowhere to be found, at least for now. You and Tabitha step into her car. It feels like a lifetime since you've been in the seat. But the truth is, it's been fewer than 12 hours. The smell inside is oddly comforting, like there's some bone-deep recognition that she smells like family. Your cousin reaches for the headlights. Deadeye. Oh, wait. You can ever so faintly make out the name tag on his jacket. Wayne? Welcome home. You're finally where you're meant to be. The figure steps out of the lights, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods. His jacket said Wayne. Yeah, well, you saw him for 2 seconds. Maybe you misread it. Doesn't matter. Let's not freak out over nothing. Even if you're a skeptic, and I respect it. Her keys rattle, betraying the fresh tremor in her hands. She's just as nervous as you. I guess get home and then talk about it. But like, we're both seeing some crazy things. So maybe we can talk about it. The stars vaguely illuminate its hulking shape, perched on the cliffside. Despite the warm porch light, it feels even more abandoned than it did during the day. Its windows dark and lifeless. That got super intense and stayed intense for a while. Like the mountain lion thing was intense, and then maybe I thought there'd be kind of a cool down, and it didn't. It amped up. Well, see you in the morning. Don't want to stay in this town. You're pretty dismissive of that Sybil lady. Is there anything I should know about her? Sleep tight, love you. If you don't want to stay up with me for a little bit, we could talk. I've done enough talking. Good night. All right. Doesn't so much as wave goodbye. All right. Okay. You follow suit, climbing up the creaky stairs to your own waiting bed with its ancient, dusty sheets. As you start to drift off, you remember that Stella asked you to let her know when you got home safe. Call her. Yeah. Hey, how are you? She sounds a little different, a warble in her throat. Did you make it back all right? A warble in her throat? Saw something weird on the way back. A miner, I guess. You knew my name, said some really creepy stuff. That's scary, man. I think I've got some interesting leads, too. We can compare notes tomorrow. A warble in her throat. It just makes me wonder if she's feeling a different way or if she's been replaced. Glad you're safe. The relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Okay. Got an animation. If cryptids are real, you should stick with the people believing in them. Yeah, I agree. I wanted to stick with Stella, but I also, yeah, I was trying to find a way to maybe make that happen, but it didn't work. So maybe there were better answers if I knew it wasn't going to work, but... Smooth creatures? Yeah. Yeah. But then there's also that guy, that Wayne. Someone's crying. Ooh. Oh, Bo. It's probably Bo, right? Or Irene, or Irma, was it? His wife? Oh, come on. No, wait, okay. What? Someone opened a door, there's blood on the floor. Llamas? Something in a hole. What is going on? Okay. There's so many different, like... I guess there's a lot of spooks. A lot of creepy creatures in this area. But maybe they're all stemming from the same thing. Whatever that growth was. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wonder... Yeah, I do think it would be cool. Some of these games, playing the demo... Yeah. So I might... So I can take this as episode 1. I can buy the full game and then like basically just port the first experience into that and like have made all the same decisions. So I may do that in the future. This was a really fun one in terms of like Choose Wisely Festival, you know, as a part of this whole festival. Really super cool. I may have to do that. This was the big thing, was like, can I find certain games? And there were some that I think are so interesting that I'd love to see kind of a continuation. This has a lot of character to it. I had a lot of fun meeting some of the early characters, especially that guy that just wouldn't stop talking or lying over and over again. I think there's probably going to be more like that in future. So I may have to finish or continue with more of this. But right now, at the same time as this is going on, there is Dodge Master Sama, a friend of mine, is playing another game at the Choose Wisely Festival, which is also a narrative sort of interesting game like this one. So if you enjoy this one, you may enjoy Psycho Sleuth is what she's looking at. I'm going to join and be in her chat, and maybe at the end of it, she may raid me back. I may stream some more as well after, but I'd like to kind of hang out in her chat, make some thumbnails, and just vibe out and see what it's all about. I'm curious. Psycho Sleuth. I like the name. I like this kind of style. So we'll see what the game is all about. But that's what I'm doing for the next little while here. If you're on YouTube or on Twitch, I hope I'll meet you there and see you in the chat over there. So I'm going to end off on YouTube, and then I'll raid on Twitch as well. All right. This is a great time. I really like this game. Super cool. Have a good time. Yeah, appreciate you. All right. Ending on YouTube, and then